never knew that you like them thick. I've been carrying this weight in the world beneath these braids, and I'm confused. Would you take the pain that came with all the parts you wanna claim for you? You want my thighs, you want my stride, but not this melanin. You want my hair, but you don't care for this complexion. I'm a black woman. Sitting on a cold floor in the corner after school, recovering from your cover-up when you told me I wasn't right for you. It wasn't hard to believe, 'cause when I watch TV I would never see a leading lady look like me. Familiar package with less pigment, I ain't ignorant, it's just reality. You want my thighs, you want my stride, but not this melanin. You want my hair, but you don't care for this complexion. Oh, I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman. Cornbread fed, sweet tea sipping, Nubian queen with the skin that glistens. I'm a black woman. World tells me there is space for me if I cinch it up and I sew it in. World tells me it'll all be mine with some lashes on and some lighter eyes. World tells me it'll work for me if I let 'em do a little surgery. World tells me it'll change for me with some longer nails and some lightning cream. But I'm a black woman who lose myself to prove myself. 'Cause I'm a black woman. Too far to hide these scars. I'm a black
Hey, big salute, family. It's your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah, and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. And to my Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. I want to give a big salute to the CUC family, big salute to the FOPE family, and all the brothers and sisters in the chat. I want to say this, family, before I get started. Me and my brother Short Sham, we chop it up behind the scene. The things we talk about, we keep it behind the scene. But I just want to say this. I thank the Most High for showing us people's hand and who they truly are. One thing I noticed is that when you first meet anybody, they're going to put on a good impression and you're going to put on a good impression. But a lot of times we be talking so much that you can't really see who these people truly are. So sometimes you got to pretend like you dumb. That's what I be doing. I be acting like I'm dumb sometimes just so I can see. Just so I can see. Because if you don't move when people want you to move, if you act like you don't hear the phone, if you act like you don't hear them, you're going to start to see that hand. So sometimes you got to fall back and do things you normally don't do just so you can see who people truly are. And I think the Most High, he been showing who people truly are. A lot of y'all, if you have a wrench on a certain channel, then you rock with the person. Once that wrench gone, you gone. If a person give you a wrench, you rock with the person. And once that wrench gone, you gone. And then now that person is all type of names. Blasphemy names. Derogatory names. But that's your hand that was revealed. So I thank the Lord for it, family. I can care less what people think about me. I can care less what people say. At the end of the day, when I look in the mirror, I know I'm looking at K. Judah. I have not scammed a brother or sister. I have not backbited against a brother or sister. I have not talebearer or gossip. But a lot of y'all that's on these platforms, you don't really rock with us like you say you do. It's the wrench that make you act like you rocking with somebody. Then once the wrench gone, you become disrespectful. Like we can't see your disrespect. We see it, but we ignore it because now you're in your feelings. And once them feelings get involved, that tongue get to saying venomous, poisonous things coming out that mouth. But the Lord see you behind closed doors where we can't hear and where we can't see. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you, Father and Yahshua, for showing the hand of those who pretend to act like they rock with their brother and sister, but in their heart, they really don't. You don't disrespect somebody on Monday. You don't be cool with somebody on Monday and then all the disrespect come out on Tuesday. Man, that been in your heart. You think you can just all of a sudden start saying some of the most vile things to a person? No, that been in your heart. It just came out at a set time, but that been in your heart, though. That been in your heart. You would just wait. You've been jealous and envious, and it came out. It came out. And you said some of the most vile, disrespectful things that anybody could say, boy. But it is what it is. Some of y'all, you wake up and all your energy is involved and surrounded by other people. But once those people set boundaries that you can't disrespect, and then now that person become your enemy. Now you act foolish in chat boxes, doing things and saying things like they're supposed to get under somebody's skin. Foolish. Foolish. Instead of just enjoying the show and being quiet and leaving people alone, slick remarks, slick tongue, trying to get a response out of somebody so they can engage you, so you can show the world or the chat, look how he acting. Look what he's saying to me. But nobody see what you doing in the chat box because we keep it behind closed doors. Nobody don't know what you doing. Nobody don't even know you've been doing it. Plenty of y'all been doing it. But I keep my mouth closed. And I never mention you on my channel. I just look at you and laugh. Because you're foolish. And you're going to remain foolish. And that's why you do it, because deep down in your heart, it been there. It just at the set time it had to come out. Because you don't rock with the person, or you couldn't disrespect the person, or boundaries couldn't be broken. Now you upset. Now you mad. Now you in your feelings. So from this day forward, I know you're going to be ignorant, foolish, saying stuff just to get a reaction, but you ain't going to get one out of me. You ain't going to get one out of me. So let's get to the show. I just had to say that because I'm telling y'all, family, watch who you are wrong. Yeah, they'll rock with you for the first 6 months to a year. They're going to say they love you. But, man, sometimes you got to act like you don't know what's going on just so you can see. Sometimes you got to play dumb just so you can see. And once you see, you got to respond accordingly. You got to respond accordingly. Because people are not who they say they are. Well, okay, Judah, you might not be who you say you are. Who cares what you think? I know who I am, though, and you should know who you are. If you know who you are, you wouldn't be doing the things you're doing. I don't do what you do. I know who I am. Know who you are and stop the foolishness. All right, family. The name of this message, just not a lesson, I just had to go live, is called The One West Doctrine Must Go. I was on my brother Sham platform and Elder Quanah, and I must say, I have to apologize to Sister Eve and the Ark of 007. Because, man, we was going back and forth in Clubhouse. And let me say this, family, in my mind, my life, my mind, there's not nobody else, this K. Judah's mind. I ain't never been around emotional men in my life. All my uncles, none of them was doing the things that we see men do today. So I want to say that first and foremost. In my mind, in my life, in my experience, I ain't been around these type of men. So when I was on Sham platform with Elder Quanah and Sham, I apologize to you sisters. Because when y'all told me that men are just as emotional as women, I thought, man, I was like, no, I don't believe that. But, man, when we was on that platform last night, yes, it is true, man. These Negroes are emotional like women. These Negroes, you can't even have a conversation with another man, y'all. They have no decorum. These men was in their feelings. Couldn't even get your words out. I'm up here laughing, saying, brother, just let me finish, man. No, I'm like, these niggas are emotional. I even asked, I said, man, why y'all so emotional, dog? Just talking like men. So I want to read this. These dudes been in the truth for over 30 years and still emotional. Still emotional like that. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11. And I'm going to read verse 8. Now, they know the scriptures, right? Why they don't know this scripture right here? Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 8. And it reads, answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. What else, Lord? Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. That's all they was doing, family. They was trying to twist me and Sham words to try to make it look like we saying something different one from another. They was trying to manipulate me and my brother's word, but we stood on our square. Because I know what I was saying. Sham know what he was saying. So I wanted to go live, family, to clear up some of the misconceptions that these Negroes could not answer, but trying to manipulate scriptures and twist words around so it can fit their agenda. Man, I did not know it was that bad, family. Until last night, when that boy Sham say you saw it for yourself, K. Judah, he was not lying. The One West doctrine is a dangerous doctrine for Israelites. That One West doctrine is very dangerous in this time for Israelites. These men don't answer no questions. Twist scriptures around. Manipulate scriptures. Twist your words around just so they can be right. And that's what happened last night. So I'm going to ask y'all some questions, family. This dude say I was lying about the third and fourth generation. This dude say I was reading it out of context. Do you hear me? How can you read third and fourth generation scriptures out of context? It say what it say, family. In the third and fourth generation, the children that are begotten of the Egyptians and Esau can come in. Why not the first generation? Why not when they're immediately born? Why did they have to wait to come in? I'm asking, why did they have to wait to come in to the congregation of the Lord? Why did you even put third and fourth generation in the Bible if it's not important to you, Lord? What are you trying to get us to see? I'm finna ask a good question, and I want y'all to check this out. I'm gonna go to Genesis chapter 5, and I want you to tell me what is the difference from what I'm about to read. See, when I was on the platform, I couldn't get my words out because they was emotional. So Sister Eve and Oracle, y'all was right. I was wrong. See, I was going off my life experiences. I was going off of my mind and the things I saw with my eyes. But man, what I witnessed last night, men can be just emotional as women. Men can be just emotional as women. Black men, you can be just emotional as women. Because, boy, y'all was emotional last night, boy. I had to go off on one of the guys named Tubby Tubby. Soon as I get on the platform, Sham say, this is my brother K. Judah. This dude come out of nowhere and say, we don't care who this nigga is. So look, I kept my peace. I said, man, I ain't gonna entertain this cat. So as time went on, he tried it again. Until I had to go off on that boy. Because these dudes are disrespectful, family. Listen to me. These One West men, not all of them, but these men I dealt with last night, they are highly disrespectful, family. They have no respect for their brother. They have no respect for their sisters. They don't even know how to talk to an Israelite woman. They talking to the woman last night like they was talking to a man. So let's go to Genesis chapter 5, and I want to ask some good questions. We're going to let the Bible be true. And whoever you line, One West camps and the doctrine y'all push and the lies y'all been pushing for years and a 12-tribe chart, because it's something that all y'all have in common. Even though you got a lot of good brothers among y'all, a lot of good sisters among y'all, it's something that all you One West have in common. Y'all all teach the same doctrine, which are the doctrine of lies. Well, okay, Judah, they teach some truth. No, Don't give me some truth with lies. You either gonna give me all the truth or just give me all lies. You can't give me both. You can't give me both. God don't deal with both. The Lord does not deal with both. He deal with truth. It say all the ways of the Lord are truth. All his ways are right. Never said wrong. It said right. So y'all want to come with the spin doctrine. You want to come with the manipulation tactics to try to twist scriptures and put words in people's mouth. It did not work, though. Me and my brothers last night was playing chess. Y'all was playing checkers. Big salute to Obadiah. Y'all was playing checkers, brothers. We was playing chess. Because when that boy Sham whooped out who that Egyptian man was, whooped out what's a proselyte? Because you must not read Acts chapter 2. When they kept Pentecost. You must stay here when it said, and proselytes and strangers of Rome. What is a proselyte? To convert your brother back. To convert your brother back. To convert your brother back. Proselytes and strangers of Rome was the Israelites who was converted back to who? The Lord. The Lord. This is Genesis chapter 5. And I want to ask a good question to y'all, family. Now, Adam and Eve had who? Cain and Abel first, right? Now, when you go to Genesis chapter 5, and also Genesis chapter 4, they had a son named who? Seth. S-E-T-H. Seth. So they had Cain and Abel first. Then Cain killed Abel. Then they had another son named Seth. 3 children, right? 3 children. So when you get to Genesis chapter 5, I want to ask a question. What is the difference from the genealogy of Adam becoming a great people, multitude of people, sons and daughters, than what God did in Egypt? What is you saying, K. Judah? Let's read it. Genesis chapter 5, verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness after his image and called his name Seth. Why? Because Cain killed Abel. That left 2 brothers. right? 2 brothers. But something happened as time went on, and we're going to find out what it is. Verse 4, and the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. Sons and daughters. Oh, I see what you talking, Lord. He did not just have the sons. The man lived in this time that he had the sons and daughters. He was 800 and some years old. That's a long life to have a bunch of sons and daughters. Let me keep going, though, so we can make it clear. Verse 4 again. And the days of Adam after he had begot Seth were 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived was 930 years, and he died. So Adam had a lot of sons and daughters, right? Verse 6, and Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. And Seth lived, after he begot Enos, 807 years and begot sons and they go a lot of more sons and daughters. Listen, family, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. There go a lot of sons and daughters again, right? Verse 8, and all the days of Seth was 912 years and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan 850 years, 15 years, and begot sons and daughters. And now there go a lot of more sons and daughters. I don't even need to read all of this. Do you see what the Lord is doing? They trying to make it look like because Israel was a small number, they had to go get other women in order to populate the nation. They are saying that, man, Israel went in there on his 70. So who are the women that they slept with? But we seeing right here in Genesis chapter 5 that they started out with a small number. But all the children have to do is grow up. And then them children going to take them a wife. And they going to have some sons and daughters. And then them children going to grow up and take them a wife. And they going to have some more sons and daughters. And it's just going to keep going until you are multiplied. Okay, Judah, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand. What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say, family, and I'm about to show you, what I'm trying to say is that according to the One West doctrine, you are what your father is, whoever your mama laid down with, right? So, because of Israel was a small number, meaning 70 souls who went down to Egypt, and then they became a great multitude of people over the Egyptians. They are saying that they was only sleeping with the Egyptian women for that to happen. But why was Pharaoh killing the Hebrew babies then? Would not that benefit his number if his men was taking the Hebrew women and having babies by them according to their doctrine? You are what your father is. That will make the child Egyptian. So why was Pharaoh throwing them in the Nile River if you are what your father is? Now check this out. Now we know if I keep reading down in Genesis chapter 5, the longest man to live in the Bible was Methuselah. Thank you. Cain married his sister. See, a lot of people kept trying to figure out, where did Cain get his wife for? Where did Cain get his wife from? All he had to do is wait till she came up in age and he took one from among his own kinfolk. The Lord was allowing this to happen in Genesis chapter 5, fam. They was married from their own family tree. You know how I know that? Because you remember, Adam had a lot of sons and daughters, right? So in order for Seth to have sons and daughters, he had to get a wife from among his own people. And then after Seth, it was Enos. So Seth's generation, he had a lot of sons and daughters, and Enos was one of his sons. And then when one of them women came up with age, guess what Enos did? He took him a wife. And it just kept going. And where did Enos get his wife from? From among his father's Seth's children, which was also a part of Enos, which was also a part of Adam. They was getting their wives from among their own people. But you have Israelites teaching that it was other women around. You have been woefully misinformed. The Lord tried to keep this bloodline pure. But when Genesis chapter 6, it got a little tainted. It got a little tainted. Understand what the Lord is doing, family. He wants you to be pure, Israel. That's why he gave you third and fourth generation, because he already knew that you would be mingling your seed with the other nations. So in order to clean your seed, see, people look at the word cleaning up your seed as a bad thing. All you doing is doing what your fathers did in slavery. Once your mother got raped, she had a biracial child, right? Because the slave master was a European Gentile and your mama was an Israelite woman. He raped her. She had a biracial child. That biracial child got a black man. And they had a son or a daughter. And that son or daughter got another black man or woman, and they had a child. Guess what they just did? They cleaned the seed up, family. They cleaned the seed up, family. You really believe if all our foremothers was raped that we'll look the way we look? I'm a dark-skinned Hebrew Israelite man. My mama got with an Israelite man, dark-skinned. And my daddy was dark-skinned. My grandmother is a melanated woman. My sisters are melanated. Our mama is melanated. Our father is melanated. Because they cleaned the seed up, family. They wasn't marrying the heathen man after they was being raped. Those daughters or sons was getting with the other slaves to have children. And they kept it going through generation from generation. So that's why the Lord gave us third and fourth generation. He know what he doing. Because he don't want you mingling your seed. Because he called you the holy seed. He does not want the holy seed mingling their seed with the heathens. Now, the Lord allowed Joseph to have him an Egyptian wife. Because was there any Israelite women around, family, when Joseph was the second in command? Was there any Israelite women around when Joseph was second in command? Absolutely not. When Moses went to his father-in-law, Jethro, was there any Israelite women when Moses fled from Egypt? No. So the Lord gonna have compassion on whom he want to have compassion on. That's why Joseph's sons was adopted in by Jacob. Because the Lord knew what he was doing. And he also went and got them in the fourth generation. Why, K. Judah? Let's go to Exodus chapter 1. The scriptures are common sense. The scriptures are common sense. But the one West-minded Israelite Negroes, they don't have no common sense. They just want to be right. So they interfere with the word to be right. And that's exactly what they was doing that night. They was getting in the way of scriptures, being highly emotional, just so they can debunk truth. But the truth is the truth. And we stood on our square. And we never got off that square. See, they tried to manipulate my words and twist words around, but it did not work. Because I went right back to the generation, fourth and third and fourth. This is Exodus chapter 1. Now, you remember what I just read in the genealogy of Adam. How that they had Cain and Abel, then they had Seth. It said that Adam had a lot of sons and daughters. So Seth got his wife from among his own people. Then Seth had a son named Enos, and Enos got his wife from among his own kindred. And then it just kept going all the way to Methuselah. Who do you think Sarah was to Abraham? His kinfolk. His kinfolk. This is Exodus chapter 1. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. And read. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the lines of Jacob was 70 souls. Do it sound familiar? How Adam and them started out small, and then they had a lot of sons and daughters? What's the difference from them becoming into Egypt with 70 souls and then becoming a great multitude of people? What's the difference? Verse 6. And Joseph died and all his brethren and all their generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly. He didn't say the children of Israel with the Egyptians. He said the children of Israel. So what was these Israelites doing? An Israelite man was getting with his Israelite sister, and they was having some children, man. Because they was in Egypt for a long time, because you have to remember, they was not always in captivity in Egypt. When the new Pharaoh arose, who knew not Joseph, he put them in servitude. But all the while when Joseph was alive, and the Pharaoh who made him second in command, they were sojourners in Egypt. Because you remember, the Egyptians gave them a land away from them. When he brought his father Jacob on down with the other children and all the tribes of the 12 with their wives and their household. So they went in there 70 and became a great multitude of people. See, they want to limit God's power. But let me read this again, and I'm going to show you why did the Lord increase them. Because line must be up on line and precept must be up on precept, right? Here you go. Verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. With them. Now, I got a good question for the chat and the people listening in the back. If we went in there 70 souls, and there was no Israelite women for us to have children with, and the Israelite and the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, or the Israelite man was sleeping with the Egyptian woman, why would Pharaoh do this? Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name was one of Shapharah, and the name of the other Poor. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and seat them upon a stool, if it be a son, then you should kill him. Why would you kill your own? You are what your father is. Why would you kill your own? You are what your father is. Why would you kill your own, man? That means that the Israelite man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, and they was killing the Israelite baby. Because if you are what your father is, and the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, and the Israelite woman, and vice versa, if the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, and the Israelite man was sleeping with the Egyptian woman, Pharaoh would have never did this to these boys. Because you are what your father is, meaning the children would have been Egyptian from the man's side, and also from the woman's side. Because the Israelite man sleeping with the Egyptian woman gonna make the child what? According to them, an Israelite, right? But then if the Egyptian man sleep with the Israelite woman, it's gonna make the child what? Egyptian. So why was Pharaoh killing these babies? According to y'all doctrine. Somebody got to help me out. Let me say it one more time so it don't confuse nobody. If an Israelite man, according to their doctrine, sleep with an Egyptian woman, according to them, the child's still going to be an Israelite. But if an Egyptian man sleep with an Israelite woman, that's going to make that child Egyptian. So if, according to them, if the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, why was Pharaoh killing the Hebrew babies and throwing them in the Nile River? Why? Would not that help his numbers? Because Pharaoh got scared and said, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. So who was the Israelite man and Israelite woman sleeping with? Each other, family. Each other. They was there for a long time, family. And the same way you keep having children in your captivity, increasing, it's the same way they did in Egypt, family. Increasing. Increasing. What's the difference? Pharaoh was not killing them children because of no Egyptian man sleeping with no Israelite woman, or no Israelite man sleeping with no Egyptian woman. Moses' parents was both Levites. How could that be? There was no Israelite woman around, right? How could Moses and his mama and daddy both be from the tribe of Levi? Because I'm telling you, family, they were sleeping with each other. That's why the Lord came and got them in the fourth generation, so they could grow into a great multitude of Israelites. Was there some mixing going on? Absolutely. We know that. But I'm telling you that while Israel was in Egypt, they increased into a great people because the Lord told Abraham this was going to happen, and Israelite was sleeping with Israelites. There you go. They still knew their father's house, family. Let me say that again. They knew who they tribes were. They knew what tribe they came from, family. The Lord didn't take their tribe and their nationality and nothing from them. They were just in servitude, but they still knew who they were. In servitude. That's why Moses' father got with a Levite woman and had who? Moses. Moses' daddy couldn't get with the Egyptian woman and have no Levite. Moses' mama couldn't get with no Egyptian and have no Levite. That's impossible. Levite must sleep with Levite to have a full-blooded Levite. Judah must sleep with Judah to have a full-blooded Judah. And Issachar and Zebulun and so forth and so on. So when Shoshan was talking about Ephraim and Manasseh, and Bakwash asked that question, talk about, well, are you trying to say that Ephraim and Manasseh was Mongoloid or heathens? Nope. The Lord have compassion on whom he won't have compassion on, and he allowed Ephraim and Manasseh to be accepted by Jacob, and he allowed them to be part of the tribes to represent their father. But their children were sleeping with themselves. And that's how they cleaned it up all the way to the fourth generation. Now, when I say cleaning it up, all I'm telling you is that they were sleeping with each other, family. Ephraim and Manasseh's children were sleeping with one another to increase in number. Increase in number, family. So where did the Lord get this from? Let's go to Genesis 22. The Lord gonna always keep his promises, family. He is not a man that he should lie. So this is Genesis 22. And I'm going to get straight to the point. Now, this is when the Lord wanted Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. Abraham was about to do it. He did not doubt God. He trusted God. Then the Lord told Abraham, put not your hand up on the lead. Don't do it. Don't do it, Abraham. Now I know that you fear me, seeing that you have not withheld thy son, thy only son for me. So for Abraham doing this, what did the Lord tell Abraham? This is Genesis 22 at verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. When did this happen? Verse 17. In Egypt. I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven. When did this happen? In Egypt. The Lord increased his people in Egypt. That's why he told Abraham, I will go get them in the fourth generation. What was the Lord allowing them to do all the way into the fourth generation? Marry each other so they can increase in number. The Lord is very smart and wise. That's why the Lord said this. Let's go to Deuteronomy 22. That's why he said this, family. We're going to let the Bible do all the talking, man. That's why the Lord said this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse, Deuteronomy chapter 22, Deuteronomy chapter 23, 7 and 8. Deuteronomy chapter 23, 7 and 8. And I want y'all to hear this for yourself, because the brother going to say that I was twisting scriptures around, right? So let's see if you can twist this around. This is sad, man. The one West doctrine is an abominable doctrine, boy. I ain't lying. Deuteronomy 23, verse 7 and 8. Thou should not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou should not abhor an Egyptian, because I was a stranger in this land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in the third generation. Why not when they first born, Lord? Why not the first generation, Lord? Why not the second, Lord? Why the third and fourth generation, Lord? say the children that are begotten of them can come in the third generation. Why do they have to wait, Lord? Why they can't come in immediately when they have those children? You gave the third and fourth generation for a specific reason, Lord. Because you already know we'll be doing some mixing. So you had another plan in mind. That you know what? I know my people going to mingle their seed. But what I do is I implement third and fourth generation. So if they do it, at least their children can get back with their own people, have children. Those children have children to the third generation that'll clean up the seed. Even a Gentile European man will tell you it takes 3 generations to wipe out a seed. The Gentile man said that. I heard him. He said it takes 3 generations to wipe out a seed. And guess what? It takes 3 or 4 generations to clean up a seed. Our forefathers did it during slavery. That's why a lot of y'all still black, dark-skinned, still have your melanin, because your grandmother and your mama's got with a Negro man, and they had some children that kept that melanin going, because they didn't want to continue to sleep with the slave master, because he was raping them. So they say, no, we going to get one of our own, and we going to have some children. And then when we have those children, they going to have some children. And then when they have some children, they children going to have some children. Guess what you just did? Cleaned up the slave master seed out of you. So when you hear Negroes talking about we all mix, you have been woefully missing wrong. 3 or 4 generations then passed way beyond still being mixed, Negro. My mama ain't never been cleaned that blood up. There's number Negroes in the house. Number Negroes with woolly hair that lock up and that go straight up. So what you talking about? What you talking about? Talking about the 3rd or 4th generation doesn't mean anything. Well, why he put it in the Bible? Why did he put it in the Bible? If the 3rd and 4th generation doesn't mean nothing to the Lord, why, when these children are born, why they can't just come into the congregation as soon as they born? Why they mama ain't dead, they can't just bring them in? Why? See, they can't answer these questions, fam. These are the questions they cannot answer. So when me and Elder Quanah and Short Sham was on the platform, Elder Quanah kept telling them, y'all have not answered one question. Because it wasn't about answering questions to them because they want to be right. We reading the scriptures, they shutting everything down. Over talking, couldn't get one word in. They was highly emotional, man. But Short Sham hit me up and said, you got to see it for yourself, K. Judah. How they get down. And he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. I saw it for my own eyes. They say we was twisting scriptures, but Quash was trying to turn me and Short Sham words against each other, but we stood on our square. We kept playing chess while they was playing checkers. We never left off our square, and Elder Quanah went right back to the original question. He went right back to it. He kept going back to the first thing we asked. He never left off the square, and they never could answer the question. You know, one thing I noticed about some men too is that when you're making a good point, they make all these faces to make you sound like you sounding crazy. So they get to doing like these antics and these faces like, what? What? Man, you crazy. But you got to stay on your square. You cannot allow that to make you pivot from what you're trying to say, because then you'll lose yourself. And then they'll have your words against you. And then you'll be fumbling like, hold up, whoa. Hold up. No, I ain't mean that. No, you don't want to do that. You got to stay on your square. I never left off the square of the 3rd and 4th generation because it's in the Bible for a specific reason. It's in the Bible for a specific reason. And it's for us to get back with our own. It's for us to get back with our own, family. That's why Pharaoh was killing those babies, because the Hebrew Israelite man with the Hebrew Israelite woman was having a lot of children, and Pharaoh didn't like the numbers increasing above his people. So he said, man, if we don't do something, these people are going to turn on us. So he came up with a scheme. What was the scheme? If the Hebrew woman have a son, throw him in the Nile River, kill him. Kill him. So that means that if the Hebrew man was sleeping with the Egyptian woman, Pharaoh wouldn't have never did that. Pharaoh wouldn't have never did that because that would have helped his numbers. So if the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, Pharaoh would have never killed the babies because according to their doctrine, you are what your father is. So Pharaoh would have kept the babies alive because the Egyptian man sleeping with the Israelite woman would have still made the child an Egyptian. But that's not the case when you read Exodus chapter 1. The Israelite man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, and that's why Pharaoh was killing the babies, because he didn't want the numbers of the Israelites to multiply. So he was killing them. That's common sense. That's why when you go right over to Exodus chapter 2, what did it say? Moses' father was a Levite and his mother was a Levite. You don't think that God designed that by his own hand, that Moses can bear pure blood? Moses was a pure-blooded Levite. His brother Aaron was a pure-blooded Levite. His sister was a pure-blooded Levite. She's just a woman, but she was a prophetess. But she come from the tribe of Levi too. So the point I'm making, y'all, is that our forefathers was sleeping with themselves and increasing in number. And Pharaoh did not like it. So he started to kill all the firstborn male babies. All the firstborn male babies. But Moses got away because you better understand something. Moses had a brother before himself. So Moses wasn't no firstborn baby. His brother Aaron was. So the Lord had to let Moses escape because Moses wasn't firstborn. Why do you think the Lord killed all eight firstborn? Because all those babies that was dying was firstborn of their mother. He say, if it's a boy, kill it. If it's a daughter, let her live. But I thought these was, you are what your father is. I thought these was Egyptian babies. Because according to Mahar, we went in there 70 souls. So there was nobody for us to sleep with but the Egyptians. That's what he said. So why Pharaoh didn't let them live then? Come on, man. Common sense. This is common sense. Why he didn't let them live? Because you are not what your father is, man. That Numbers chapter 1 verse 18 scripture have been destroyed plenty of times. Yeah, the Quinat destroyed it on FOPE. We destroyed it over here. Me and Sharsham did in plenty of lessons. Destroying this narrative of you are what your father is. That make you an Israelite. If that was the case, it wouldn't be a third and fourth generation then. Because remember what the Lord said, family, the children that are begotten of the Egyptians and the Edomites can come into his congregation in the third generation. Why they could not come in immediately when they had the children? Why did they have to wait, man? Why did not the Lord tell Abraham, I'm going to go get your people after 400 years and just leave it right there? He never left it right there. He said, in the fourth generation, they're going to come out. Now, don't get me wrong. There still was some mixing going on. But Israelite was not just mixing with Egyptians, family. You cannot grow into a multitude of people just sleeping with no Egyptians all day. Because that would not have made them all pure-blooded Israelites according to the doctrine of these One West guys. Because their Israelite woman, baby, would have been an Egyptian. So how the Lord would have been able to deal with that? What tribe the Egyptian would have been from his mother? No tribe. Would have made him Egyptian. It would have made him an Egyptian. Now, the Israelite man, according to that doctrine, sleeping with an Egyptian woman, according to them, would have still made the child an Israelite. But I don't even know how the Lord look at that. That's why Manasseh and Ephraim had to be adopted by Jacob, so they can represent their father Joseph as one of the tribes. Why did they have to be adopted? Because the Lord is very smart and wise, family. We have to understand you cannot limit his power. Jacob adopted them so they can represent Joseph as the tribes of Israel. Because Jacob's wife was an Egyptian. So the Lord allowed Jacob to adopt them so they can represent their father. Now let me show you something else they lied about. They lied about so much stuff, family. It's ridiculous. They lied about so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Now I want to show y'all something. Now this is Deuteronomy chapter 21. Now let me show you how they try to twist up short sham words. This is Deuteronomy 21 and verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thy hand, and thou hast taken them captive. Now, soon as short sham stop right here, here come Maha. Here come the year Mayadu. Oh, short sham, you lying. You trying to say that this was just Israelites. No, short sham never said that. What he was proving is that anybody can be your enemies, even your own brothers. Anybody can be your enemies, even your own brother. Okay, Judah, you talking crazy? Don't believe me? Let's go to the scripture. This is Judges. This is Judges. And we're going to let the Bible tell you that your own brother can become an enemy, not only to the Lord, but also to the other tribes. And I'm about to read it to you right now. It happened with Benjamin. The man almost got wiped out for participating in homosexuality. And y'all going to see this for yourself. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm going to get straight to the point. Now, here it go. Listen, family. This is Judges chapter 19 and verse 1. And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem of Judah. And his concubine played the whore against him, and went away from him unto her father's house, to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. And her husband arose and went after her, to speak freely unto her, and to bring her again, having his servants with him, and a couple of asses. And she brought him into her father's house. When the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. And his father-in-law, the damsel father, retained him, and he abode with him 3 days. So they did eat and drink, and lodged there. And it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he arose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thy heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. Here it go, family. Keep listening, because I want y'all to see, what did Benjamin do? What did Benjamin do? So let me get straight to the point. Let's get straight to the point, because Benjamin did something. Here you go. Verse 22. Now, as they was making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about and beat up on the door. Do it sound familiar? They did the same thing in Sodom and Gomorrah. You remember they beat up on the door when the angels went into Lot's house? Let's see if this sound familiar. Verse 22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about and beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came in to thy house, that we may know him. And the master and the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is coming to my house. Do not this folly. What was they trying to do? What y'all think they was trying to do? Talking about bring him out that we may know him. What did this man say? He said, man, don't do so wickedly, man. What y'all thought they were going to just bring him out and talk to him? No, family. I want y'all to know this is Benjamin. This is Benjamin. So did Benjamin become an enemy to his brethren? Let me say it again. Did Benjamin become an enemy to his brethren? Absolutely, family. Y'all ready? We're about to read it right now. Verse 24. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not show a vile thing. What is vile that they was trying to do? They was trying to sleep with him, family. That's why the man said, man, just take the women. But they didn't want the women. They wanted him. So he had to let them know, man, don't do this, man. Don't do so wickedly. Don't do this vile thing, man. This man just came into my roof. Take the women. And they knew her and abused her all that night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was till it was light. And our Lord rose up in the morning and opened the door of the house and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was falling down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said unto her, Up, let us be gone. But none answered. Then the man took her upon his ass, and the man arose and got him unto his place. And when he was coming to his house, he took a knife and laid it upon his concubine, and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coast of Israel. So y'all see this? That Benjamin was doing some homosexual activity, even though they abused a woman, but they wanted that man. So he cut his wife up in 12 pieces to let all the other tribes know what Benjamin did. So Benjamin did not hearken to the other tribes. They say, bring the men out who performed these acts. So Benjamin, and y'all know the Lord told us not to do this. Benjamin protected the wickedness that was going on. Benjamin protected the wickedness and would not give the men up who was performing these acts. What did this make Benjamin to the other tribes? An enemy. An enemy. How we know that? Now I'm going to get straight to the point. Straight to the point. We can't read it all. So we're going to get straight to the point. I'm going to go. I'm still in Judges. We're going to chapter 20. And I'm going to jump down to verse 13. Because I can't read all of this, family. I'm going to start at verse 12. Verse 12. Verse 12. Listen to this. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you? Now, therefore, deliver us the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and put away evil from Israel. But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. What did this make Benjamin to their other brethren? An enemy. An enemy. So all Shoshan was saying is that Israel can be an enemy to their own people. The tribes can be enemy to each other. We see it right here with Benjamin. He almost got wiped out. He almost got wiped out, family. It was going to only be 11 tribes if the Lord did not intervene, because Benjamin almost got wiped out because of this wickedness. He became an enemy to the 11. Understand what you're hearing. You can be enemy to your own brethren. And if the Lord delivered them into your hand and caused them to be destroyed, you also became an enemy to the Lord. That's what he was saying. Anybody can be an enemy. Because all the tribes did not know one another, family. Once they got their land and their lot, when you went to another man's land, you was a stranger to that land. They didn't know you. If I'm from Judah and I went to Benjamin and I'm walking through their land, you think because we all Israelites, we all know each other? No. We are all strangers one to another. Strangers. Verse 15, and the children of Benjamin was numbered at the time of the city 26,000 men that drew sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, which was numbered 700 chosen men. Among all this people, there was 700 chosen men left-handed. Everyone could sling stones, and then half-breed it, and not miss. And the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword, and these were men of war. And the children of Israel arose and went unto the house of God, and asked counsel of God, and said, which of us should go up first to battle against the children of Benjamin? They about to fight their own brother, y'all. Family, they about to fight their own brother, y'all. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back. Family, Israelite tribes are about to go to war. Israelite tribes are about to go to war with each other. One brother say it is against the law for Israel to fight Israel. So God is breaking his own law right here? Because he sure about to allow Benjamin to get their butt whooped. He sure allowed Benjamin to get their behinds whooped. So can you show me the law that if you become an enemy to God, he won't destroy you? Can you show me the law that an Israelite can't kill another Israelite because if they're doing wickedness? Because God had laws in place that when somebody did wickedness, he say stone them, hang them, burn them. Let the whole congregation stone him. Let the whole congregation hand be first upon him. So can you show me the law? God told Moses, everybody who was on the Lord's side, come on my side. And then he told the Levites, get out your sword. And I want you to go from tent to tent. And I want you to kill everything. Let not your eye spare. But I thought you said there was a law that Israel don't supposed to kill Israel. Yeah, they don't supposed to murder their people. They don't supposed to kill. But boy, if you doing wickedness before God, he'll let Israelites put their hands up on you, boy. So I don't know what you talking about. God always uses people to lay hands on stiff-necked Israelites and put them to death. So what law is you talking about? Because he allowed the 11 to whoop Benjamin so bad that they almost was no more Benjamin. They even had to take for them wives out of Manasseh. Because you remember, they killed all they women. There was no women for Benjamin to marry. But they made a covenant that they would not give their daughters to Benjamin. So they had to go get other women to give to Benjamin because Benjamin was almost lacking in Israel. So anybody can be an enemy to the Lord, even your own brethren, and the Lord would allow them to go to war with you and destroy you for your wickedness. So what you talking about? What is you talking about, bruh? You better go read what are laws, what are judgments. The judgments are an extension to the law. But a lot of y'all niggas of One West don't know that. The law is the law. For breaking it is the judgment for breaking the law. That's why it's an extension to the law. If you break it, here go the judgments. It's an extension to the law. So stop lying, talking about there's a law in the Bible when Israel didn't supposed to go to war with each other. Boy, you better open up your eyes, man. You better open up your eyes, man. Because when Israel is doing wickedness, the Lord is going to handle business. And he going to use whoever he going to use to handle business on you, whether it's your brethren or whether it's some other nationality of heathens. So the point I wanted to make, family, that Benjamin became an enemy to his own brethren. 11 tribes and Benjamin was almost wiped out, family. This is true. This is the truth. Go read Judges chapter 20 and start at chapter 19 and go all the way through 20 and keep reading through and look at what happened to Benjamin. They was almost wiped out. Even the 11 tribes said, man, it was almost this day lacking one tribe in Israel. Let me say that again. The 11 tribes, after they fought against Benjamin, they all started to cry, man. They felt bad because they almost destroyed their brother. They was weeping. They was sad. And they told themselves, they say, this day, it was almost a tribe lacking in Israel. That's how much killing it was, family. I'm finna blow your mind with the Bible. One act of Benjamin. Listen to this. One act of Benjamin got almost 60,000 people killed. One wicked act got almost 60,000 people killed. These are examples for you, Israel. Don't allow wicked men to destroy you, family. I'm telling you. This one West doctrine, these lies, these manipulation tactics, what they try to do to our people is driving our people insane because of the doctrine. Listen to your brother. The doctrine is driving Israelites insane. These men have sold themselves short, family. I witnessed that last night. No decorum, very disrespectful, highly emotional. I witnessed it last night, family. Soon as we got on the panel, Sham said, this is our brother K. Judah. This fat tubby dude said, I don't care who that nigga is. Just like that, family. So I let that one slide. I didn't say nothing. I stayed on mute. He tried it again. Then I had to check the fat tubby. Then the room got quiet when I told that nigga, who you talking to, nigga? I say, I don't know you niggas. I say, no disrespect won't be tolerated, and stop trying to act tough on the internet. Then he gonna come back, well, I ain't mean no disrespect. Let's just move on. See, the point I'm telling you, family, is that when you really walking in the spirit of the Lord, there should no disrespect be coming at your brother. Why are you gonna say, we don't care who this nigga is? That goes to show you that's that one West mindset. Very disrespectful, man. Have no decorum, don't even know how to talk to another brother. They was interrupting in other man's speech. Every time I try to say something, they got highly emotional. Every time Elder Quinat was talking, man, he had to tell them 50 times, hold up, brother, wait, brother. They would not be quiet, family. Highly emotional. So Ark and Eve, I apologize. Because y'all was right. Men can be just emotional as women. And I witnessed that last night, man. But see, I always was telling y'all in my mind, in my experience, I was never raised around that. I was never raised around no emotional men. Men knew how to talk. Even when my uncle and them would talk to me, I would listen because they had more life experiences than me. I didn't get the emotion when they was trying to tell me stuff and give me guidance and direct me right. I would listen because they have experience that I didn't have at the time. So the point I'm making, family, is that when you amongst your brethren, now we supposed to be brothers, y'all. There should be no disrespect flying around the room. We couldn't even get a word out. Every time we was reading the scripture, oh man, you interpreting that wrong. Now that third and fourth generation, that doesn't mean nothing. I was like, wow, like they just gonna take the scriptures and just make it to what they want the scriptures to be. When I was reading about the Exodus thing about if they were sleeping with only Egyptians, why would Pharaoh kill the children? The dude making a face like, what? Like it didn't make sense because they couldn't answer the question, family. Positive, man, hey, if you would have saw it positive, I'm telling you, it was terrible. Man, once I saw Sham put that avatar up, because I've been around my brother long enough to know once Sham put up that avatar, he going to bed. When you can't see Sham face no more, he going to bed. So when I saw Sham jump off, I went on and jumped off because it was nothing else to be said because you wasn't going to get no word in. Even when the sister came up, Elder Quinat had to tell Bakwash and Maha, don't disrespect the sister. They was talking to her like talking to a man. And the woman was very, soft-spoken and gentle and just asking her questions. And she couldn't even, Mahal over there talking about, yeah. I was like, wow, look at this dude, man. Look at this dude, man. This dude been in the truth for 30 years. 30 years. And this dude is emotional like that. I even asked him, man, what's wrong with y'all, man? Calm down, bro. Have some decorum. Dang, we just talking. No, family, they weren't trying to hear none of that. They wasn't trying to hear none of that, family. I mean, even Bakwash, man, he hate black women, y'all. Bakwash, one experience with a woman. So you mean to tell me one bad experience with a woman got you hating 99 million other Israelite women? So you mean to tell me there's no good Israelite sisters out here? They all just ratchet and loud, right? Come on, family. Stop it. There are plenty of good sisters out here. Very well spoken, very gentle. And you can have a conversation with these sisters. But according to the One West brothers, there are no good sisters out here. They all ratchet and loud. They won't listen. They disrespectful to the man. Now, you think we don't got some sisters that's loud and ratchet and all that? We understand that. But this dude said, show me a good black woman. I was like, wow. I had to get off the panel, y'all. It was that bad. I have never witnessed nothing like that in my life. Me and my CUC brothers, we bring people on the panel all the time, and we always let them get all their words out. We let them talk. We don't interrupt them. We just let them say what they're going to say. And then once they done talking, then we'll respond. Me and Sham displayed that with Naphtali and Sister Oracle. Even when they disagreed with us, we didn't combat their answers. We didn't go back and forth with them because we allowed them to have their stance, even if their stance is against what we saying, because it's their stance. That's a real man. When you can listen and not allow your emotions to take over to where you start over talking the sister and getting highly emotional to a point where that over talking become disrespectful to a sister because she don't agree with what you saying. So now she got to be all these derogatory names. Are you disrespecting your brother because he reading scriptures, you not reading scriptures, and because you disagree with the scripture, you get highly emotional. Now you start being disrespectful to your brother. That's what was going on last night, fam. It was 6 hours. And I must say, when I got off of that live, my head was hurting, family. My head was hurting. And guess what? Majority of the time I was on mute. And I was on mute for a reason, because I didn't want to engage these brothers. Elder Quinat said, K. Judah, is anything you want to add? I said, nah, brother, I'm just listening in to see where it's going. And the reason why I did not want to talk, that's why as soon as they came on the panel, I went on mute. Because sometimes you could just feel energy. You could just feel the spirit. And when Elder Quinat used to teach on the street corners, I used to see my heart out there all the time. And he ain't have no decorum then. And he still don't got none now. He was highly emotional on the street. And he highly emotional now. Bakwash, I didn't see Bakwash do his street teachings. Still teaching lies. He loved Hispanics and Mexicans so much, family, that he will put himself in a line of fire to save them. He loved the other nationality of people more than he loved his own people. He can say it all day that I love my people. No, he don't, family. But Quash does not love his people. And I stand on that. He wished death on the chat the other night because they were disagreeing with him. He called my sister Arca a Hamite. She's not even a Hamite. The point I'm making, family, is that when the Bible says you should know us by our fruit, pay attention, family, to the fruit. Pay attention to what we bringing forth. Pay attention to the way we conduct ourselves. Pay attention to the way we talk to people. Pay attention to how we behave. That's how you will know, family. It's not because I know the scriptures. You know why I say that? Because these men been in the truth longer than me, and they know some scriptures. But look at their behavior, though. Let's say, for instance, I've been in the truth only 6 months, and these men know more than me. But a brother and sister can sit across from me, and we can build together. Even though I've been in the truth less than them, the people can see that my fruit that I'm bringing forth is of a righteous seed, to plant seeds in my people. And not allow emotions to take over because brothers and sisters disagree with what I'm saying. That's what you have to pay attention to. Not how many breakdowns we know. Not how much history we know. It's about the way we conduct ourselves, family. Our behavior. Who want to listen to a loud mouth Israelite man just screaming all over the room? Where you going to go? Are y'all going to get anywhere? No. No. Where y'all gonna go? Y'all can't go nowhere together, family. You cannot progress and go nowhere with men who just screaming, yelling, and hollering. Very emotional. You're not going to get anything done. My sister told me on the panel, she said, well, men are just as emotional as women. And I was like, no, I don't believe that. I say no, I don't believe that. I believe it now. Oh, yeah. I believe it now. See, when you're going off your own experience, a lot of times you can't see nothing else but what you've been through until you actually standing in the gate where you can see it for your own eyes. So because I never grew up around men like this, I always thought women was more emotional than men because that's what I grew up around. Let me say it this way. This is what I mean about emotions, because it's different type of emotions. Because like Naphtali said, anger isn't emotional. When black men, harming their women and their children, that's an emotion. So it's different emotions. If I'm crying because somebody in my family died, that's a different type of emotion. So I understand where y'all going. Like, it's different emotions. I understand. That's my brother. That's my brother in the building, man.
Hey, shalom, family.
Brother in the building, man.
Oh, grace and peace. Most God bless everybody.
I just
got back home. Literally, I just walked in the house, tired, man. But I'm happy.
Feel you.
Happy to see everybody. Shalom, family. I had a wonderful time.
Thank you for coming
up, we had a wonderful time building with the elders out there.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah. How it was, my brother?
Everything was cool. I ain't filmed nothing. The Most High, he put it on my spirit not to. He told me, there wasn't no need for it. And we discussed a lot of things. Discussed a little bit of doctrine here and there. Spoke about how we felt on certain things. And,
okay.
But other than that, everything was good.
Man.
It was happy to see us, So yes.
Yeah, Short Sham. I was just up here just talking about when you text me after we got off the live, and you said, "Okay, Judah, you got to see it for yourself." And I was just telling the family that those brothers have no decorum. Like, when you talk like Short Sham, when me and you building, you talking, I'm quiet, and then when you ask me, "Okay, Judah, is anything you want to say?" Then I come in, make a few points. That's how brothers supposed to engage each other. But man, Short Sham, my head was hurting so bad when I got off that panel yesterday, boy. Woo!
It'll do it to you. That's why I said it's like when you saw clearly there was no win in that situation. And even like what you see is them fighting so bad for I mean, how would I say it? They fighting so bad for these people, man. Like, it's like no, this can't be true. This can't be allowed. Like, it's not right. And it's just like they try to get around anything, brother, to justify them being with us, and we know that it's not true. And the over talking, because you screaming and hollering don't mean you right. Don't make you right. You can do that all you want, but the scripture says what it says, man. And we have to stop saying who your elders is and who you learned from and all this other stuff to try to justify if what you saying is right and what I'm saying is wrong. If we going into the scriptures and we proving what we saying in the scriptures. Right. The thing is, they want the scriptures to fit the narrative so they can still justify why they do what they do. But like I said, in the day of judgment, the Lord is going to remind them, well, these brothers told you this, but you simply ignored it.
Yep. Fact.
So it is what it is.
Hey, Moshe, I emailed you, Moshe Ben Yehuda. I emailed you, brother. But yeah, Sham, even when you was bringing out, right before you came, I just showed them in Deuteronomy chapter 21 when you was talking about the enemy, right? Yeah. Now we know, Sham, that scripture was already talking about our enemies, brother. But what you was pointing out that I just read before you came, I went to Judges. I just read it to the people. How Benjamin became an enemy to the 11. Right. And he almost got wiped out because of the wicked act that he was doing.
Right.
So because of Benjamin did that, the Lord almost allowed Benjamin to be wiped out. Now, you remember the brother say, well, there's a law in the Bible where Israelites don't supposed to do that. Brother, there has always been when the Most High uses his own people to stone, to hang, to burn. He even say, let the whole congregation be first to put his hands upon him. So what is he talking about? Benjamin almost got wiped out.
I mean, it's like I said, they gotta always find a way to get around. Like they gotta find a way to try to make everything that they teach make sense. That's why he was trying to thrive so hard of destroying the doctrine, saying, man, Elder Quinnoff was talking about that. He said, I'm about to hawk smash you right now. This guy was an Israelite, an Egyptian living in this, you feel me? Because he wanted to kill the doctrine of King Judah to say what they teach. And you know they watch it because when they finally came over here and they said, you always go to that scripture here. What's that scripture? I got it now. That dude he's an Israelite, right? The servant. Don't make sense, family. And let me say shalom to everybody in the chat. This whole CUC family, FOP family. Most High bless y'all. Thank y'all. Much love. But you know, that's what we see, King Judah. The justification of wickedness. The brothers not wanting to deal with certain things in the scriptures. Brothers saying, Mahar saying, oh, it's no such thing as mongrel. Then we show it to him. Now he can't refute it. And they still going to simply ignore it. So they teach that there's no such thing as mixed. But the Most High, I proved to him yesterday.
Yep, you proved to him.
So now, if it's a such thing as mixed, what do the Most High mean? And can you get the scripture, King Judah, where it says about the seeds? Not mixing the seeds, family. So my thing is this. Big salute, Moshe. Most High bless.
Big salute, Moshe.
Big salute, Sham. Big salute, King Drew. Most High bless y'all, brothers.
Already, my brother Moshe. Big salute, boy.
Big salute.
007. Much love, my queen. Much love. I just want to say, right, if the Lord said we mixed the holy seed, what did we mix the seed? What thing?
Right. I got it.
You know what I'm saying? What seed did we mix it with? Because we know the scripture says that a woman has a seed, right? And the Hebrew word seed is Zorah, and it means descendants, right?
Right.
So that would be male descendants and female descendants. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Okay.
Male descendants and female descendants, right? Of your bloodline.
I'm gonna read this while you're looking for it.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, and I'm gonna read verse 9, and it reads, thou should not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest thy fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of your vineyard be defiled. Thou should not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou should not plow with an ox and an ass together. Thou should not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as a woolen and linen together. Thou should not make thee. Okay, there you go. So there you go.
So my thing is, what is this? What do you mean by saying do not, do your vineyard with diverse seed? What is he talking about then? Is that crossbreeding of seeds? Because he said when we do our vineyard, your oranges got to be with your oranges, your apples supposed to be with your apples. All the seeds supposed to be separate.
Exactly. When a man lay down a woman, he uses forming tool, which is his rod, to go in a woman's soil. So if he going in a Gentile woman, that's foreign soil. It's mixing seed.
Right.
Point blank.
Yep.
Common sense, but they want to make it difficult. You know, I said the G-rated version, you know, for the Disney fans out there. You know, I know YouTube, y'all watching, y'all already shadow ban our channels. But yeah, last night was a train wreck. Y'all was trying to use logic. They was all over emotional because they want to protect the One West name and all that. You know, they will die for One West. They so loyal to this false doctrine. That's why they hate those who come up against it. But the truth gonna prevail. Real talk.
Because when you read verse 9 through 11, even if the Most High don't want the seeds of fruits and clothes to be mixed, what make you think he want us mixing our seed with heathens? Right. Now, I must say this. My brother Sham, see, I listened real good, and that's why I was quiet and wouldn't say nothing, because I had to make sure I can hear everything being said. Sham never said that when Ephraim and Manasseh was born, that they was Mongol, because the Most High allowed those children to be accepted and adopted by Jacob to represent their father.
Right.
So the point that I was making is that when they was in Egypt, from Genesis chapter 22, verse 15 on down, he told Abraham, your seed is going to multiply as the stars of heaven. So if you get to Exodus 1, verse 7, Israel multiplied as the stars of heaven. Now, according to their doctrine, family, not mine, if the Israelite man was sleeping with the Egyptian woman, that makes the child an Israelite. But then I ask you this. If the Egyptian man was sleeping with the Israelite woman, that makes the child Egyptian according to them. Why was Pharaoh killing the little boys then?
And King Judah, you got to remember this too. When he told him his seed will multiply as the stars of heaven, it wasn't just talking about the Israelite seed as well, but his seed, period. Because the Ishmaelites, they multiply.
That's true. Facts. Good point.
You see what I'm saying? But they like to leave that out as if he said, if you can read it, did he say just the seed of Israel, or he said the seed of Abraham? You see what I'm saying? Right, because we know Abraham brought forth. That's why when we go in the New Testament, he says everybody, all of them that's in through the seed of Abraham was not the seed of the chosen. But he said through Isaac shall the seed be called.
Right.
So if Isaac through the Isaac shall the seed be called, then what is he talking about when he's saying that he was going to multiply Abraham's seed? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Why didn't he say Israel? His seed of the seed of Abraham's Israel seed. But he meant all his seed or his descendants. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is Genesis chapter 22 and verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time and said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. But verse 18 is talking about the Hamashiach. Verse 17 is talking about Israel, and remember, he also blessed Ishmael with 12 princesses.
That's right.
And they got a lot of oil and riches.
He said, through thy seed, all thy nations of the earth shall be blessed. So he ain't just talking about he was making Israel, he was blessing Israel and scattered them, and making them out there too. But it's a lot of Arabs out here as well, family in the Arab nation. 12 princesses, and they got a lot that they own. It's a lot of Ishmaelites.
Yes, they do.
So he blessed that seed line as well. So I don't get why they try to use that scripture as if he was just talking about Israel when that's not talking about Israel there. He said Abraham's seed. They are part of Abraham's seed. Esau got a blessing as well.
Yeah.
A lot of Edomites, even though they smaller than the other nation, because he said he made him small amongst the heathen. But guess what? They got a blessing too. So we just can't use that and be like, see, it's just talking about Israel. He's going to say he's going to make us like the stars of heaven and the sand of the sea. That's what they always like to do. But Abraham's seed was blessed. He blessed Israel like that. The nation like that. His bloodline.
Right. And to back up what my brother Short Shorsham saying, when you read verse 18, he say, and all nations shall be blessed, and all nations are blessed, family. They got their land, they got their resources, they have culture, everything. All the other nations are blessed just like Israel was blessed. So the Most High didn't just give Israel blessings, he gave all the nations their inheritance and blessings. It's just that we the only ones who have not got to enjoy our blessings yet. But we will one day, but because we in captivity. So everybody else get to enjoy their inheritance, but we don't because of servitude. So all the nations shall be blessed in the Hamashiach. And like Shorsham said, when you look at Ishmaelites, come on, man, what did the God give them? A lot of oil. They rich.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of oil.
Look what they build up in the desert, Dubai, in the middle of nowhere in the desert, a city like Dubai. Come on now.
Now we talking about
they sons of sheiks. They are filthy rich, these sons of these sheiks and Saudi Arabian princes and all that, the royals. They all filthy rich. They living in their heaven on earth right now.
Both herbs, the black ones and the
that's true. Yep, the black ones got a lot of money too.
The mixed ones, the Ottoman Turks.
Yeah,
that's why it says Ishmael means mixed or mingled. So all of them has been blessed. He even blessed the half-breeded ones. So at the end of the day, family, you know, you gotta look at it like that. Like, you know, dealing with One West doctrine, like I said, King Judah, he experienced it for himself. It's they don't respect Israelites or majority of Israelites if they don't come from One West and they don't know you. They will deal with brothers if they may met you before, but just because you're not from that school of thought, they thinking that you don't know the Bible. So that's why they come off like that. And that's why I tell them all the time, it's a One West thing or One West mentality where y'all think the Most High just gave it to y'all and y'all run a nation, and that's not true. It's not true. I wasn't back at One West, but I know more than the majority of these dudes that was in One West.
Right.
And learned that study through their school of thought. You know, like, and many other brothers do. So it's just that the delusion and the spell that's on them brothers teaching this false doctrine, they just can't let it go. And pretty much is going to be their downfall, as you can see, King Judah.
Yeah, because even when my brother Shorsham proved that the Egyptian was actually an Egyptian, y'all should have seen how Elder Quinat was laughing because they ain't had nothing to say. And then when he proved about the proselyte, because even when you read the book of Acts chapter 2, when they was keeping the Pentecost, it say Jews and devout men came from all over. It said proselytes and strangers are wrong. Who was the proselytes? To be converted back this way. And I mean, when he was bringing that out to them, man, they was just, no, you wrong. And I don't know, man, I just never witnessed nothing like that before where Elder Quinat had to say 50 times, man, wait, let me talk. Like, bruh, they just didn't have no decorum, dog.
Yeah, it was very disrespectful.
No
I
decorum,
fell asleep
bro.
on it. It was giving me a headache. I had to fall asleep.
There was no decorum, bro. Even when the brother first came on and Shorsham said, this our brother K. Judah, I don't care who this nigga is. Like,
yeah, I think I seen a glimpse of that. Yeah, he was being disrespectful. You had to go off on. I seen that.
I was like, man, these niggas crazy. Man, I never talk to a brother like that, bro. Like, I'ma always be respectful, all that. But Shorsham told me though, like he just say, if you don't come from that One West school and they don't know you, they think they can do that. But I was like, man, these niggas crazy for real.
Yeah, see, what they'll do, they're gonna ask you who your elders, this and that, where you learn from. You wouldn't know your Israelite if it wasn't for One West, nigga. That's not true. That's why I constantly tell them that. I'm like, brother, Israel is scattered through the four corners of the earth. There's people who been knew they was Israel before y'all. You go talk to the Chicago brothers, they'll tell you they already knew they was Israel, practicing it and everything before some damn One West.
Right.
But that's their story of how they try to make it like they the gatekeepers of the nation. And that's my issue. My thing is, the problem is they look like the way they do because they're on the forefront, because we're in America and they on media time. They always see them. They always on the corners. So they the most seen as Israel. So that's what people look at when they looking at Hebrew Israelites, or what they call black Hebrew Israelites. They look at street corner, street teacher brothers who teach the Bible, and they think that that's what the nation of Israel is all about, and that's not true.
It's false. Yeah.
Exactly. So the thing is, when you get other elders and other brothers that's been around in the nation and been teaching for years and stuff like that, and then they were like, well, ain't nobody bring this out like us. Listen, you're right. The Most High allowed y'all to bring a lot of teachings out. He allowed y'all to bring a lot of false teachings out as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you is not the face of Israel. You are part of the nation. And through the four corners, I know, that's why I tell ISBK all the time, nobody don't know y'all through these four corners of this earth. There's people that never heard of General Yohana before, but you're going to sit there and tell them he's the leader of the nation of Israel. They're like, man, I don't even know this man. Who art thou? And why the fuck do I have to listen to you?
Yep.
So that's all, family.
Yeah, but it was a good bill. A lot of people was listening. My brother Obadiah wrote me. He was like, man, y'all playing chess. They playing checkers. But you know, my brother texted me when we got done. He said, man, you got to see it for yourself, bro. Like what he been telling me. Because they was listening the whole time. At first, you know, we was just building on other things. And then, man, I just seen them brothers come up. And I was like, man, I just never seen men act like that. Like grown men. And then Mahal gonna tell Short Sham how he saying stuff that's out of pocket and wrong. And Short Sham told him, nigga, you been in the truth 30 years and you still be misinterpreting scriptures. And that's true though, bro. You been in there 30 years and this how you act, bro? Like, come on, dog. Like you a grown man, bro.
Even Elder Bakwash, same thing.
Yeah, him too.
And I'm like, y'all can't even get the simplest shit. But you trying to attack us, like, brother, stop it. This lets you know who's advancing in knowledge and who's not. Because when we was watching the video, if you go back and you ever get the chance to look at it, King Judah, he gonna be on there saying, yeah, see, there's Martha Rapha. He's on here talking shit. Charge Shooter, all of them left the 12 tribe chart. Because it's false. That's why.
Obadiah, big salute, brother.
Shalom, Most High bless.
Big salute, Obadiah. Big salute, brother Obadiah.
I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better, my brother.
Shalom, Elder Midwest Judite. Everybody that's coming.
Midwest Judite, big salute. Everybody, positive. Ann, Eve.
That's right.
Mika.
Sister Mika, shalom.
Yeah. Anthony. Everybody in the chat. Big salute to all y'all. Urashila. Everybody.
But, you know, the thing is, it's like you got to fight a different fight. And even today when we was out there with the elders and stuff like that, you know, they was happy to see us and we discussed a lot of things. You know, we might go to the summit just to talk, but I asked Elder Barak when I was there, I said, what do you think it's going to take for us to come together as a nation of people where we can all sit down and discuss doctrine? That way we don't have a GMS rape doctrine. That way we don't have an ISUPK sodomy doctrine where we can speak on certain doctrines and clean this mess up and be on one accord. But he was saying that a lot of it was from pride and that men don't want to be corrected and everybody really want to be the leader and separate themselves. And I understand that. But, you know, I was just, you know, telling them like, listen, man, throughout, no matter what we do, as a people, doctrine got to be discussed.
Yep.
It has to be talked about because you cannot avoid this shit. You cannot avoid the conversation, the 12 tribe chart stuff. It got to be talked about. That's the only way we want to move forward. The more brothers want to avoid saying, hey, who is these people? Should we be teaching this kind of doctrine on the street about even though whether it's right or wrong? Because even if rape was right in the Bible, as a man, I would not feel right teaching that shit on the street to people and telling them we're going to rape you.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like just weird in society, period. So, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like even if certain doctrines are true, that you might say, damn, Most High, you would allow us to do this kind of shit, you know, but I'm not going to go against them. But I'm like in public, I wouldn't probably say them some things like that because of how the public view of the people would look at us and how they would persecute us, because then they would have, you know, a way of saying, well, we're going to get these Hebrew Israelites because they believe this and da-da-da, you know what I mean? And it attack everybody. And because of one group of people, it makes everybody look bad. So, you know, that's the stuff we got to stop. That's all I'm saying.
This the thing right here that we couldn't even get past this. Look, family, I'm gonna read it again. I read it in the beginning. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 and verse 8. And I'm gonna show you this another thing that's wrong with a lot of brothers. They have ears, but they do not listen, family. I'm serious. Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Every time we was talking last night, Jesus, couldn't get one word out, man. It was just, as soon as we started talking, it was interruption. Neither interrupt a man in the midst of his talk. And these brothers know this scripture and still was interrupting, still was over talking, still, like, I have never said it on the panel with men before or talked to any man in life, period. And men start doing that, flipping over tables and nigga, what? I mean, I just never witnessed that before, man. Because I always been taught that if something is wrong, you a man, so talk like a man. So go to the brother or whoever the problem is with, and y'all talk it out. See what I'm saying? Not screaming at each other, and no, man, all that's gonna do is intensify a problem. You screaming, he's screaming. Next thing you know, hands get to start being thrown.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't supposed to do all that, family. Like last night when Sham, Elder Quinat, myself was making a point, they were supposed to be quiet and then answer the question. And then if they want to ask us something, then, you know, we had to answer. It wasn't like that, family. Like, they was really belligerent, man. They was all over the place. Even Bakwash, he never answered your question, but he always got a question with a question. Always.
Yeah, he was using Jedi mind tricks. That's what annoys me about Bakwash, you know. Just like even when the sister asked him a good question about, was there any Hispanics on Mount Sinai when Moses was getting the 10 Commandments? He didn't want to answer the question. Even the sister had more knowledge than him. Ain't no Hispanic was in on Mount Sinai when Moses was getting the 10 Commandment tablets from the Most High. Hispanics didn't even exist during those times. But he wanted to cape for these people that don't cape for us. Ain't no Hispanics marching for us. The hell Roman Bakwash to squash. I'm glad I didn't get on the panel because I'd have cussed him out. I'm just being real. I don't care if he been in this truth for 100 years. That don't mean squat to me. He just a man like everybody else. He bleed red just like me and y'all. He ain't no God. Real talk.
But this is my thing, right? They say that Ephraim is the Puerto Rican, right? But Ephraim represents Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph is an Israelite, right?
Right.
He's a Negro man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He looked like an Egyptian. His brothers couldn't recognize him. Can a Puerto Rican pass for Egyptian?
No.
Mm-mm.
Then how the hell he could be Ephraim?
Exactly.
You can't do it, man. You cannot pass. So you mean to tell me that look, I'm from Houston. And man, if y'all come down here, boy, Mexicans got rim shops, they got a lot of restaurants, the Hispanics, they got the insurance companies. These are not our people, family. They wasn't on no auction blocks. They didn't have no yokes of iron tied around their neck. They wasn't shackled, family. Their kids wasn't taken from them. They got a good family unit. These people are good as far as family go and helping each other, man. They not our people. They together as a people. They're not going through no curses, man.
Nope.
What businesses have been taken from them and given to another people? What vineyards have they planted that somebody else ate it? What houses have they built and they don't live in them? Man, I remember when I was standing in the hood, they had a whole neighborhood, nothing but Mexicans, and they had big houses. The whole street was just them. They help each other out. They drive nice cars because they help each other out. They don't got no curses on them where their eyes evil against their brother. That's a plot of us. We are the people that don't help each other out. So, you know, some of us do. We are the people, our businesses was taken, vineyards, we planted, somebody else eating it, houses we build, we don't live in them. That's us, family. Our children was taken. I don't see no pictures where Hispanics and Mexicans was on some slave ships. So this is what Bakwash do. He'll say, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. We got 3 groups of people: Chinese, Hispanics. Which one go through more stuff like we do? Nigga, that don't mean nothing. Who going through the curses? That's what it's about.
Right.
Hispanics ain't going through no curses, man.
But
They
K
ain't trying
Judah,
to break up no Hispanic family. They hell bent on breaking up the so-called black family. Real talk, not no Hispanic family.
this what I came up with that I think
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how when we deal with Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know we have different subgroups of races of people on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Bakash like, well, if everybody was Negro, why do the East Indian look like they look? Why do all right? So we've seen pictures of the ancient Japanese. We've seen pictures of ancient Chinese. We know that they was dark skinned and they had woolly hair, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And they had the slanted eyes then. And also you had African tribes that had slanted eyes as well. But we know Alexander and them came and started sleeping with them and changed the way that they look. And then they straightened their hair out. You see what I'm saying? They became high pitched yellow, right? So then they like, well, where the white man come from, right? Well, somebody with an albinism gene and people that's born through albinism, they come through white. You see what I'm saying? Blonde hair,
Mm-hmm.
blonde, everything. Okay? So I'm not saying everything comes through the black gene. So these offsprings from years of mixing and intermixing with other people. But of course, these people could change their genealogy sometime down the line, especially if you have something going through your genome. And then what about those that mix with the fallen and got the hybrid blood in them? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, well, is everybody who we dealing with? Because you ask yourself this, right? The people in East India, who did they mix with? And ask yourself why these people is always born with 8 limbs, or you notice that about their people, their children be born weird. Is that normal, or why would the Most High allow that to happen to them like that? Why are Europeans being born with tails? And I don't really want to get too much into it because I don't want them trying to flag the channel, but you know where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah, I got
I
you.
already know
Mhm.
you're going, bro.
What's going on with the gene though? So a lot of stuff that we want to explain, family, we really can't say it how we want to. But
Right.
we know it's some shit that went on that it's explainable but unexplainable to the normal ear person because they ain't gonna understand that shit.
Right.
But for them, they just want answers that we know we can't directly give them because look how people is being born on Earth. Why is you having 4 arms and 4 legs? I mean, that's not normal. Why are people being born with tails? That's not normal. But I'll leave it at that. So that's all I'm gonna say on it.
Now, but I understand what you're saying, brother. We all know that everybody back in those ancient times, they looked alike, and that's why you had to deal with your father's house or your tribe because everybody was dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was dark skinned. The Persians, uh, the Assyrians, because I keep telling people the original Babylonians was black, which was Nimrod's people, Hamites. That's the original Babylonians. You know, the Tower of Babel. So
Right.
Nimrod and them, the land of Shinar and Assyria, these are black people. Now, as Shasham saying as time went on, who do you see claiming to be Assyrians today or Syria? They look like Turkish babies, right? So
Yup,
what
the Ottoman
happened?
Turks.
They're the Ottoman Turks. So I agree with what my brother's saying as far as like all the mixing and Gentile Caucasian people having tails and people being born with like just a lot of problems.
Like a
You
lot
know,
of
going
limbs,
through the
yeah.
genome. Yeah, man, it's weird.
So you know,
Tails,
it's
bro.
from our DNA.
Because I know how they, I don't want to, how they flagged my channel for that video I did about, and I don't want them to attack over here, like, they talking about that shit again. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying what I'm saying in that manner, when you start to think like, yeah, you speak about hybrid blood and DNA and other shit. So, and that's some stuff that they not even on. You see what I'm saying, King Judah? Think about it. So it's everything we cannot speak on, but we know it was some shit going on other than what we know. We know about the Nephilim and the fallen, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. People was mixing with other stuff.
Sure, Sham, let me ask you a question. Do you think that more brothers and sisters will start to come out the one West mind state as time move on? Do you believe that more brothers and sisters will start to really open up their ears and their eyes and say, you know what? I'm coming out of this because this is lies. You know, I have advancing a little bit more truth. These men been lying. Do you think more people gonna start to come out of that one West way of thinking?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think a lot of people is going to come out that one West way of thinking, because like I said, they're not going to be able to refute the understanding and the teaching. They're going to see it clearly now. And like I said, what we have to understand, family, is the Lord don't need a lot of people or a lot of us on the corner to teach what we need to teach. He, like I said, you can have, for you teaching a lie, the Lord can have 3 camps, and you can have 170 other one West Israelite camps teaching the 12 tribe chart. And I guarantee you, those 3 camps that's on there in the streets teaching, a lot of people that need to hear what they need to hear is going to hear it and cause a problem for them. See what I'm saying? It only takes a small group. That's all. You always remember, the Lord never needed a bunch of people to clean up or do whatever they needed him to do whatever he needed them to do. He always uses a smaller number. So, but of course, when we get on the streets, it's going to be like that, King Judah, because
Already.
people want to see it differently now, and that's why I always say everything we do, bro, we got to give the people a choice. You know what I'm saying? Give them. That's what the Most High told me. Give them a choice. You know, don't lie to them, but let them decide. That way, you know, ain't no blood on your hands. But if you're going to be a blatant liar and just lie, then I'll destroy you. Now, I'm not going to allow that. So that's why I tell everybody, don't get mad at me when I do presentations or present information. I'm just presenting the information the Most High put in my possession to show the people. It's to give you a choice. I ain't saying you got to believe that this is the pomegranate shield, David. You want to believe it's the star Moloch? It's up to you. But I showed you stuff to give you a choice. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's up to you. And that's how I look at it. Or anything that I teach, the rape doctrine stuff, when I show that, to give you a choice. So I gotta take this call out, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking him that, family, because we look at a lot of Israelite brothers and sisters, a lot of them are going through a head spin, and a lot of them have been destroyed. And some of these people have went back into the world. Yep. So a lot of these one West camps, they really believe in their mind that they on the right track and they doing right in the eyesight of the Most High Yah. But it's our job as the ones who's listening, family, to determine whether these men are walking in the fruits of the Spirit or not. And are they really teaching what thus said Yahshua and the Most High? That's our job. We have to examine everybody that's bringing us information. That's why he say, try the spirit to see whether they be of Yah. When I look at a lot of these one West men, and I know we got a lot of good brothers and sisters in these camps, these men are not standing for the Lord, family. I witnessed that last night. I have never seen men act like that in my life, man. I mean, highly emotional, man. Highly emotional to where you can even ask them, brother, let me finish. They disregarded everything. Like, it's like they couldn't hear when a man was saying, brother, I'm just trying to talk to you, brother. I'm just like, come on, like you talking, then I'll be quiet. They weren't trying to hear none of that, family. It was just yelling, screaming, hollering, just trying to be right. That's what I witnessed last night. You wrong, we right. We come from one West. You ain't been in this truth long enough. We've been doing this over 30-some years. Yeah, teaching lies for 30-some years.
Right.
You got it, Moshe.
But like I said, yeah, they was acting over emotional and childish, acting like a bunch of children, you know, at a birthday party, squabbling over the last piece of birthday cake or something. But yeah, it was very disrespectful. You know, you had Mahara call, that snake, the gorilla man, he in St. Louis. I'm surprised they let him around the congregation in the STL. You know, Daniel Solomon and Brother Jacob. Yeah, because he was responsible for getting Brother Jacob channel taken down on YouTube. Oh, yeah.
That's true, family. Brother Jacob talked about that, yes.
Yeah.
You see that? You see that? Supposed to have brotherly love, but he took another brother's channel down. See what I'm saying?
He was responsible for the great split that happened in 2018 between Brother Jacob Daniel, Solomon, and Malachi, and Maccabee, and Yaqui. And ever since they had that split, Yaqui went on his own. He want to be the next Dr. Sabi. And Malachi, I don't know what's going on with that brother, because he was going hard for this truth. He was a certified sword swinger.
Yep.
But ever since he just strayed away, he just all over the place now. But yeah, Maharakar, he, was responsible for that great split between those brothers in the STL. And now he residing in the STL. After what I just witnessed, he did that. I don't want to be around a brother like that, because he'll snake me, he'll snake y'all. If he do it to brother Jacob, he'll do it to y'all.
Yeah. Hey family, that's the brother. Like, if people don't know, the brother Moshe talking about is the one with the locks from last night. He had like the crinkle locks. Right. That's who he talking about. And I'm gonna be real with you. If the Bible telling me that I'm supposed to try the spirit, I have never liked that brother's spirit. It's just something about him. I just cannot connect with that brother's spirit. And I witnessed it last night. When he was doing all the crazy faces and just over talking and lying and trying to twist my words around, talking about I'm misinterpreting the third and fourth generation. How can you misinterpret a scripture that say that I'm going to come get you in the fourth generation? How can you misinterpret that the children that are begotten of the Egyptians and the Edomites can come in the third and fourth generation? How can you misinterpret something so simple as that, fam? See what I'm saying? You see how these men try to make you sound crazy? And if you don't stand on your square, family, they'll knock you off your pivot feet. And then you'll start thinking you're doing something wrong or you reading something wrong. But when you know what you know, you stay right there on your square. That's why I kept going back to the original saying. The Lord went and got them in the fourth generation. If Israelite was not sleeping with other Israelites and they were sleeping with the Egyptians, why would Pharaoh kill all them male babies? Nobody can answer the question. They just making faces like, what? That don't make no sense, but they couldn't answer the question. Because common sense gonna tell me, if I am what my father is, I'm not killing no male babies because the babies would be Egyptian.
Right, exactly.
So why would I kill them? Unless it was by a Hebrew man and a Hebrew woman, and man, they was multiplying, and I couldn't take that. So we gotta do something.
Let's just say if that was the truth, if you're the seed of your father, all they would have to do was kill all the Israelite men and have all the Egyptian men sleep with the Israelite women, and they'll miscegenate them out.
Another good point. There you go. Why he didn't do that? Why he didn't just kill the men? And then just take all the Israelite women, and then all those babies would have been Egyptians according to your father, right? Then he would have had no reason to kill them, and they would have multiplied above what the Israelites. But that ain't what the Bible say. He say Israel multiplied exceedingly and mighty in that land. And Pharaoh said the children of Israel are multiplying more than us. So if they were sleeping with our women, why would he make a statement like that? Moses' daddy was a Levite and his mama was a Levite.
That's right.
What did they know? They were sleeping with each other, family. So when I say they cleaning the seed up, that means all that mixing they was doing, because they went in there 70 souls. I just proved in Genealogy chapter 5 that Adam had Cain and Abel. Then he had Seth. Adam had a lot of sons and daughters. Seth got a wife from among his own family. He had Enos. He got a wife from among his own. They had a lot of sons and daughters. It don't take that much to build a nation.
And like I said before, like how they was intermarrying, it was different genetics. The Most High Adam had a different type of genetics than the modern day humans like we have. For him to do that.
Right. Because Moshe, you got to remember, the Lord was allowing Israelites to mingle within their own bloodline at that time.
Right.
But as time went on, what did the Lord say? Because he know the blood was being polluted. He say, man, you can't sleep with your sister, your next of kin. You can't sleep with your sister's sister. Right. He's put that in place for a reason, because he knew, family, man, I got to do something. I got to put something in place, because, man, his blood is going to be polluted, because he knew, Israel, that you'll be mingling your righteous seed all over the place. Wasn't doing that at first. All Adam's genealogy was from their own family tree, family. Abraham told you about Sarah that she was his half sister or something. They was related. Where did Jacob get his wives from? His mother's brother, Laban.
Laban, yep. Uncle Laban.
Their own family tree he got his wives from. His kinfolk. But these Negroes want us to believe that you are what your father is. But the Bible, if you are what your father is, there would be no third and fourth generation put in place. But the Lord put it in place for you, Israel, because he knew what the black man and the black woman is doing today. Like how you got Israelite women who get with Gentile men, and you got black men who get with Gentile women, Asian women, Mexican women, and they are diluting the seed, family. So if a black man get with a white woman and he have a son, that son got to get back with a black woman. He can't get another white woman because they go another generation of seed that's being diluted. And if his son or his daughter get a white man, they go another generation of seed being diluted until it's just wiped off the face of the earth.
White out.
Everybody will be white, and then they'll say, my granddaddy black. Huh? You don't got no black granddaddy. Man, look at y'all white. Because they wiped the seed out, family. So that's why the Most High put the third and fourth generation in place.
And that's what they do. For all those biracials that white out the seed, they forget about that black ancestor. They like erase it out their mental. Because and that's the truth. That's why I call them gene pool polluters. It's a lot of these gene pool polluters in Israel. They already promoting that crap in the world. We're supposed to be set apart, Israel. Why you want to promote that gene pool polluting doctrine? In Israel, we're supposed to be set apart because they got the powers that be, the so-called media. They promoting it already in the commercials, the newspaper ads, even on the toys, y'all. When y'all go look at these little, you see, I peep game, family. Like when you go to the store, like when they sell a little child toys, like the little children's store, they always have a little white baby playing with a black girl baby. Or it'll be a black boy playing with a white girl. Y'all see what they doing? They programming it in the mental at the children at the early age. Y'all need to wake up. Straight up.
Now, I'm about to read this.
Cool polluters in Israel, man.
I'm finna read something. Moshe, everything you saying, my brother, 100. But I want to read this. This is Ezra chapter 1. No, not Ezra. Let me go. Hold up. Let me see what I want. I'm looking for the woman they mingled the holy seed. Okay, here it go, family. This is Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1 and 2. Now, when these things was done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even as the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Jebusites and the Ammonites and the Moabites, the Egyptians and the Amorites. For they have taken their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. So if you are what your father is, why did the Lord just say they have mingled the holy seed with the people of those lands if you are what your father is? And why they put the children and the women away? I thought you are what your father is. Why the Lord did not accept these children and this mixed marriages? Because by this time the law was already put in place and you should not do it.
Right.
And then the Lord did not want you to mingle your holy seed, because the Lord wanted an Israelite man with an Israelite woman and bringing forth Israelite children so they can be used for his business. That's why a Levite had to have a virgin Levite woman to do the service of the Lord. He wants all things holy. So stop trying to use Ephraim and Manasseh and try to twist up my brother Sharshan words when all he was pointing out that Joseph was second in command. There was no Israelites around Joseph but Egyptians. What woman you think he supposed to take?
Exactly.
What woman he supposed to take? There was no other women around this man. So God have compassion on who he want to have compassion on and mercy on whom he won't. So he allowed Joseph's children to be accepted and adopted by Jacob. So who is you to try to change that? They not mongrel. They was accepted to represent their father, adopted by Jacob. It's not so hard to be understood. See, Sharshan, when we bring this out, brother, in all the classes we done brought out, there's nobody who can who's on a platform with us to distract us. But even when me and you didn't say it, man, we'll debate anybody on anything y'all want to talk about. We never gonna get nowhere, brother, because what we witnessed last night is what's gonna happen if we ever debate somebody on anything. We would need judges there, brother, to make them niggas be quiet. And they can't interrupt.
And some aspirin in case they give y'all a headache.
Right.
Yeah, I see a lot of brothers getting to their feelings.
Yeah.
They get into their feelings when it comes to dealing with the scriptures anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is crazy. They get upset, they get mad. That's just, it's the thing they do.
I think it also, Shasham, you and Elder Quinat, I be peeping game, brother. And it seemed like these men know y'all, cool with y'all, but it's like it's some type of something in a spirit because of y'all came out a lot of things that y'all felt was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And now y'all on the right track or want to teach people right. And it's like, yeah, they y'all brothers, but nah, not really rocking with y'all like that. Because last night, it just seemed like they was a little hostile because of the things that y'all bringing forth now that they don't bring forth, that you have advanced in your studies. They still stuck. So everything you was saying was wrong, brother. Everything you was bringing forth, oh man, you don't know what you talking about. You misinterpreting that. You reading that wrong. And I was like, wow, like the brother never said that. I say he never said that, man. Them dog, these niggas was just putting words in people's mouth, lying, being deceptive. It was terrible, man.
Mm-hmm. For real, it was. I mean, they was just disrespectful and unruly. When they was throwing a fit, all I saw when they was doing it, all I saw, it was remind me of some angry chimps in the zoo, throwing things around in the cage.
That's a good point. That's a good
you
point.
know, like when them chimpanzees start hollering and go crazy. That was Maharakan Bakwash's Planet of the Apes, the wild apes.
Moshe, but Moshe, Bakwash, I used to listen to him when I first came into the truth. When I was a young man, like first coming in, I used to listen to HOI, 14th Street Israelites. I used to listen to AOC. I used to listen to the brothers that Shasham, Ben Yum and them. I used to listen to them, and I used to listen to FOPE street teachings. And I was discipling, brother. Right. And I remember Mahar. You don't have to know a brother personally, family, to witness the spirit that they bring. I always seen Mahar teaching, and I just never it's always something about his spirit, man. Just the way he talked to people and the way, I don't know, brother, but he showed me last night that what I had always been feeling. That he have no decorum. And he rude and he disrespectful, man. And that other dude, Maya. These brothers, man, they disrespectful, family. You don't talk to no man any kind of way soon as you walk into the room. Because that's that type of stuff that, like, if you just walk into a room and you don't know a man and you playing with him and he ain't the type of man that, play like that, people in the room gonna have to say, now say, bro, chill. Hey, don't do that. Hey, that man don't get down like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That man will hurt you, bro. Like, that man, that's a killer over there, man. Don't do that. So that's the point I'm saying, that you can't just go into a room just blurting out stuff. You gotta read the room, dog. Gotta read the room. So Shasham introduced me as his brother, who rock with FOPE.
That's why I did that. Because I was like, if I don't introduce you or y'all, they would just say things to like, man, who is this cat? Nobody don't know you.
That's what they understand.
Like that. Yeah. So I said that's why I did it that way. Because I was like, it won't be no disrespect. That way, be like, hey, this is our brother such and such. And then, go from there. Shalom, brother, shalom. And then we discuss scriptures.
Right.
But when you don't do that with them, and because they don't know you, they ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say.
Facts. Yep. And I witnessed that.
That's why I was saying you can see that they've been trying to study the doctrines that we've been teaching. Because that's why the brothers say, well, y'all always saying this, but as you can see, they still can't get it. And I'm like, why the Most High won't give it to them then? It's been 4 years. And then, when he came on, when Mike came on, he kept talking about who won that debate. Who said who won the debate? I said, Jeremiah Judah won the debate. No, not your own opinion. Okay, so you might have had judges who said you want a debate, but
Right.
I'm going off of the information that was displayed, brother. You didn't win that debate. You clearly lost because you used this regurgitated the same flawed information. You spoke about the ships coming down the Euphrates. Come on, bro. You ain't win that debate. Everything JJ showed clearly was in scripture, and what you were showing was impossible. So you want to debate off of popularity because they know that that's the doctrine that Israel teach, and most of them are cool with all these different people, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at the end, they both say, "Oh, I don't think none of them prove that the Native Americans and da da da." And that's why I was like, bro, you trying to brag a win, talking about I destroyed y'all years ago. No, you didn't. You didn't destroy me because you ain't want to debate us. You debated JJ, and you ain't debate JJ. You debated JJ because y'all had a beef. You see what I'm saying? But they would have never debated us. And then they tell us, well, send us the video. We're gonna look at the video, and we'll get back to y'all. It's been 4 years, and they told us that years ago, never got back to us when we started teaching Israel was all black. How long do it take, family? That's all I'm saying.
And Midwest Judite, yes, brother. I also saw that spirit. That why when Shorsham said this was my brother, I went on mute. Even when the dude said, "Man, we don't care what this nigga is," I didn't say nothing, family. I kept, I just stayed quiet. And as time went on, Shorsham and them talking to him, I'm still on mute. Even when Elder Quanah said, "Is there anything you want to add?" I said no, because I said I'm just trying to see where it's going. Because I'm reading the room, seeing how these brothers move. So Mahar, he ain't say nothing. When Shorsham say this our brother, I said big salute. He didn't speak, and the other niggas tried to be disrespectful. So I'm still on mute. But as time went on, the nigga said something about, "Nigga, don't watch your mouth or something." Shorsham, I ain't even say nothing, bro. I was just on mute. The boy said, "Watch your mouth." I was like, "Man, who you talking to?"
Right.
So the point that I made is like, it's like they try to bully me because they don't know me. But no, you can't bully K. Judah, brother. I'm gonna be respectful. But nigga, if you be disrespectful, shit, hey, let's go there. That's why I told that nigga, I said, nobody know you fat nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I said, nigga, stop trying to act tough on the internet. So, like the room got quiet for a minute. And then Shorsham was like, "No, nigga, you came in here wrong. Like, he didn't say nothing to you. Soon you came in the room, you told him, nigga, we don't care who you are. So come on, bro. Like, all I'm saying, man, let this be a learning lesson for you younger brothers and other brothers. Man, be respectful to your brothers, man.
That's right.
What is the reason for disrespecting your brothers? I'm just asking why. What you gonna get out of that? Somebody can get hurt doing that, family. Don't do that, because you wouldn't do that in a man's face that you don't know. Because you don't know that man. You have to read the room to see who you dealing with. Because this nigga might be a stone cold killer.
Exactly.
And you playing the wrong way, and he just lay you down. So be careful, family. Respect your brothers. Use decorum, and learn how to talk to one another without all the antics like we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if we disagree on this panel right now, we're not finna start screaming over each other. Arca and Naphtali.
We don't want to raise our blood pressure up, man. We already got,
all I want to do and see is, my brothers win.
That's
my sisters win.
Right.
That's all. I don't want to see I just want to see us win. No hate. You know what I'm saying? Just see us win. But you can see other people, they don't want to see us win. They don't want to see us win.
And that's just like when me and Shorsham did the live with Naphtali and Oracle, and we was trying to display that you can have a discussion with your sisters and they can disagree with us, and we don't have to argue their point because they disagree. That's their point. See, I'm telling y'all, man, like when we be doing these panels, in my mind, I'm really trying to show other people, man, you can get on the panel with your sisters or your brothers. And even if they say, I disagree with what you're saying, that don't mean you start going, what you mean you disagree? You don't got to do all that, dog. They just disagree with you, bro. That's it.
That's it.
They disagree.
There's nothing wrong with disagreeing.
Right.
You can agree to disagree to agree. It is what it is. For me, like I say, hey, do what you do. Love who you love. Everybody's trying to be cool, man. And it's just a opinion. Whether mine is from a biblical perspective, whether yours is partially biblical, but you just feel how you feel inside as a person, that's just how it's going to be. And that's all right. Like, that's why I'm like, I ain't gotta, kill nobody over this. Even especially with my sisters, I'd rather not even go there with them crazy hard body. I would rather do that with a guy, because it's different dealing with a male when we could tend to with faith.
Facts.
As far as my sisters, I'm gonna give them the biblical perspective, whether they agree with it or not. Then I can't force them. But males is different. It's a different spawn section when you're dealing with guys and doctrine, because most dudes got an agenda behind their teaching. And that's the issue. They the teachers of the nation, and a lot of them have agendas behind it. Like sodomy doctrine. What's his agenda behind that? You know what I'm saying? Why do you teach that? No, and that's foul. You know what I'm saying? So we would have to contend with a person like that.
Right, because my sister Orca, she, I told her that I believe that women was more emotional. But when I'm telling her this, in my mind, I'm looking at my life and my experiences and how I'm coming up. The women have been more emotional. But then she gave me her perspective that, man, men can be just emotional. But I'm telling her I ain't never seen it. But what I witnessed last night, hey, some of these niggas can be just emotional as women.
I agree.
And it could be more messy than women too. A lot of men these days are messy as heck. I never thought I'd see a lot of men be more messy than a woman. You gotta watch what you tell to some of these brothers out here, because they ain't gonna tell your business to the other brothers. Man, real talk.
Yeah, you could tell when somebody doing that, brother, because it's spread out. And you can tell when you can tell a brother something and it stay right there, brother, and it never get out. That's somebody you can trust.
Right.
Because if they never spread business on their own platform and always keep things behind the scene, what you think they're gonna do when you tell them something, brother? It's gonna be kept right there between y'all.
Right.
Like my brother Shar Sham explained something to me that blew my mind. But guess what? Y'all ain't hear Shar Sham say it on no live broadcast, because the brother kept it behind the scene. But like I say, some people gonna show you that hand. And sometimes you gotta play dumb just to see it. Because sometimes we be moving so fast, everything moving, and you cool with everybody, and you can't see who with you and who not. But once you fall back, boy, and you just watch, well, you're gonna start seeing. You're gonna start seeing who really with you. And the people that were professing to be with you, you're gonna realize, dang, I ain't even think they'll do nothing like that. But they'll do it to you. They'll do it.
Definitely.
They'll do it to you. So you gotta be careful, man, because like I said, some of these people, they want the wrench on the channel. If you take that wrench, they ain't rocking with you no more. They not rocking with you no more.
Ain't that sad though?
Yeah.
That's childish though. On a real note, that's childish.
I'm telling you,
take a wrench from somebody not rocking, that's being childish. Oh, you took my wrench? I'm leaving then. I'm gonna take my ball and leave the court.
But let me tell you this though, Moshe. A lot of times, brother, to keep confusion down on your own channel, sometimes you got to make decisions that people may find offensive to them. But you got to do it, brother, for the sake of your channel, because you don't want no drama, right?
Right.
So once you take that wrench, brother, man, you become, in their eyes, boy, hey, they get to saying stuff to you, boy, and you ain't did nothing to them but take the wrench so you can keep down confusion. But they ain't looking at it like that. They looking at it like, nigga pierced them through the soul.
Yeah, like when I did to the Chicago honker, I took his wrench. He kept trolling me for like a couple of live streams. And I never touched the word. You heard it with that live stream, K. Judah?
Right, I remember. Yeah.
Hey, how I said it? I said, Satan sent some of his, Satan looked like Satan sent some of his bees up in there.
And let me use this for example. When you really love a brother too, or a sister, when you really love a brother or sister, and let's say, friends, they get angry and they do something, you do not supposed to be promoting their anger to push them even further to do something out of pocket. You're supposed to wheel them back in because you love them. For example, somebody was coming at my brother Moshe sideways, right? Behind the scene. The dude was out of pocket, so Moshe went and did a video. And I'm talking about, man, a fiery video. I'm talking about the brother called me, man. The man had, you could tell he was crying, like he was emotional. But he was out of pocket. Instead of me saying, I almost Moshe, nigga, way to go, boy. Hey, you told him. I ain't do that. Get what I did? I said, Moshe, you don't want nobody to see you in that light, my brother. Go and put that on private. Take that down, brother. Because I love my brother. So I told him the right thing, not the wrong thing. I told him to put it on private and take it down. Because I ain't want nobody to see Moshe, because, man, Moshe was hot, man, and he had a right to be. But a lot of y'all promote your friends and your brothers, you know, anger and downfall just so you can see them slip. Because maybe you got an issue with them. Maybe you're jealous of them. When you see niggas promote other niggas' ignorance, that's because you got an issue with your brother. And you want to see him go to jail, huh? Want to see him fall because maybe he was doing good and you ain't doing good, so you promote his ignorance so it can benefit you when he go to jail. Maybe you will slide in this woman's bed. I'm telling y'all got to think about. See, I got a street mind. I'm telling you, you see all this in the street, man. When you're around people that's snakes and you know they'll backstab you, and you be out there on the corner with them, and you be acting like y'all cool, and next thing you know, them they be trying to kill you. You have to be careful, family. If you love somebody, you want the same for them that you want for yourself, and that's to progress higher and higher and higher. Point blank, period.
No, Skeletor, you don't want to see that video. I put a few videos on pirate, and they gonna
yeah, you don't want to see that one.
Yeah, you don't want to see that, man.
Nah, you don't. The brother was out of pocket. We still love the brother, wish him the best, but that was a learning example for him that you don't do that and you don't disrespect your brother. So I went to Moshe and told him to take it down, and he did. It's on private, and that don't never need to be seen, brother, because that broke that brother. And maybe he needed that because you don't do what he did to your brother. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say nothing. You just don't do that to your brother that you say you love, because it can cause the problems that it did. But we got past it though, and we wish our brother nothing but the best. Salute to him. But
that's right.
You don't do that, family. That's all I'm saying. You don't do that to no sister or no brother to where you cause problems with them for no reason. You just be out of pocket because you got an issue. Go to your brother if you have an issue. Talk to him. Work it out. And if you can't work it out, go separate ways. Go separate ways, man. It's no hard feelings.
Straight up. And, you know, this just shows y'all why is it so hard dealing with them. And even I think even if we did that live debate King Judah with them on stage over the 12 tribe chart, man, it would have been intense in there with a lot of brothers from these other camps, because this it's touchy, brother. It's deep, brother. It's like it pierces their soul when you go against them, like, and it makes them cry, brother. And it's like when they can't get around it, when they can't figure it out, when they just don't know, brother. It messes them up. So.
Hey, Sham, I believe that it would have been intense, brother, and I believe that if they would have lost, brother, I'm telling you, because like you said, it pierces their soul. So you don't know what type of mind they would have had if you bringing out information that they could not. I believe that you never know. Disrespect might would have started flying around, and because they take that serious, brother. And if you destroy something that they believe in, and then our whole nation neglect them with that side eye saying y'all got destroyed, man, that can mess them up, brother. That can mess them up for real. So
and that's what it is, brother. It's like you destroying the foundation that what we built, and that's why I say that part is the foundation. But I'm like, okay, but if the foundation is a lie, you must destroy it and build it up properly. Like, we don't need that chart. Just to be honest, we don't. It causes sin. It causes mixing. The biggest stumbling block in Israel by having it. For us to be for sure, and even if they think they right or believe they right, but for us to even be for sure that we not fucking up, we should separate. Like the scripture says, and the Lord separated the nations. We need to just separate, period, from everybody.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Yeah.
And if it's that bad, we should just let the Lord decide, not try to keep using the wheats and the tares and confusion of faces and stuff like this. But when we going all through the scriptures, the Lord talking about abominations of the other nations, not putting them away, and y'all put these wild women and children away. But then we sit here and ask them, well, who is the women, who is the children that's been put away then? Where are they? Who are they now? If you could just lay with anybody. So What was Nehemiah talking about? What was Esdras talking about? Because according to love you to see to your father, you can just lay with anybody. So we're not putting women and children away. Don't make sense.
And if you could lay with anybody, it wouldn't be no third or fourth generation. It just would allow us to be who we are. If you are what your father is, everybody back in those days would have just been, sleeping with everybody and cross mingling seed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that. For the most part, everybody stayed within their own inheritances. So it was some mixing though. It was some mixing going on, but the way these brothers make it seem, they want us to believe that 9 tribe family. You got to understand when the Bible say 9 tribes or 10, and all of them look Hispanic, that's a problem, family. Come on. 3 tribes black and the whole 10 is white looking. Stop. Come on, man.
And we clearly see that the northern tribes is bigger than the southern tribes.
Absolutely.
Way more northern kingdom Israelites than southern kingdom. When you see that. So I don't understand that. How we can't see, and we looking at these Negroes here in all these camps, we're looking at black men. These tribes are way bigger than us. Why the majority of Israel, like 12 years ago when I came in the truth, when they had like a certain amount of Hispanics and stuff like that in the nation, and they still got a lot of them still around in this walk now, right? But the ones that was there then, they saying now we got to wake the northern kingdom up. So if we got to wake the northern kingdom up, family, right? It's been 12 years I've been in this walk. I don't see these guys. Their camps, their numbers are bigger than ours. As far as people, their numbers are bigger than ours. Okay, way bigger, and it's way more than them. And their numbers is bigger than us on the Northern Kingdom chart. So if they are the Northern Kingdom, then where the hell are they at? And why we don't have a mass number of them?
It's true.
And where are the great teachers of the Northern Kingdom? Like we supposed to see that supposed to represent Joseph. Why we don't find a great Puerto Rican Israelite like Joseph, dreamer of dreams, interpreter of dreams. He was second in command. So you're going to tell me. And then another thing that I didn't like Al-Bakr was doing, he kept making it like who's second to none to the black man, the Puerto Rican. That's not true, man. Show me where Joseph was second to none to his brothers. He was the favorite.
He was the favorite.
He was above all. Judah rose to the ranks later. We're talking about during the time of his greatness, it was Joseph, not Judah. Joseph was the one that all his brothers bowed to. Was he not?
Yep, it was Joseph.
So that's
all
why where the fuck are the great Ephraimite or Joseph that should be out here leading his brothers or showing the brothers? They just trying to use the waxing thing. Even if you want to use that, okay, fine. We'll just say, yeah, Ephraim and Judah, we waxing each other. Fine, right? But where are they at? The great teachers in Israel, the ones that's putting out these breakdowns, that's giving this information out to the people. How come we don't see them on YouTube? We don't see them teaching like that. Even when we see them teaching, they don't even have the spirit like we got, K. Judah, to break this stuff down.
They don't, brother.
Nope.
So I don't get it when we speaking about Joseph. Prove to me that they Joseph. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't see it. Like I was saying yesterday, spirit bear witness. When we saw those 2 dudes in ISUPK, you gonna say and tell me they Israelites? Like, come on, man, stop it.
Now, one of them was Thor. He just ain't had a hammer. He just ain't had that hammer. But Sharsham, everything you saying is 100 because everything that they break down is an interpretation of another man's mouth. Meaning that the Most High didn't just put the spirit on them to use them outside of the camps that they joined, brother. So if that were Ephraim and Manasseh, would not the Most High just come to them himself and put their spirit on them, and they would be in mass number teaching on the street corners? There are people to wake up the other 10 tribes. They're not doing that though. They are involved in black tribes, trying to teach from a black tribe to Hispanics instead of the Most High using them outside of the black tribe to just go directly to their people, bro.
Exactly.
You're not doing that. Why won't the Lord just put the spirit on them himself? Why they have to join the black Israelite group to be able to get knowledge, interpretation from another man's mouth, then be sent out there to teach? And then when they out there teaching their people, who's interpreting it to the Hispanic guy to tell the other Hispanic guy what he reading in English? A black guy.
Yep.
A black guy.
He out of pocket.
So there you go. So what Shorsham just said is 100. Why they not rising up in mass number? They not, family. Let's just be truthful. A lot of these people even tell you, man, I ain't no Israelite. I didn't hear Hispanics tell them Negroes, no, brother, I don't come from Israel. The black man do. That's what he said. I don't come from Israel. The black people do. And they try to force him to believe that he an Israelite.
They're not gonna go on the reservations and do that because they're gonna get scalped. Let them go on the Navajo or the Apache Indian reservation. Hey, y'all Israel, man, they gonna get scalped or they gonna get a tomahawk thrown at them. Man, better leave Chancho alone. Better leave Squinting Eagle alone, man. Let him drink his brown liquor, man. Let Squinting Eagle drink his brown liquor and at least stay on the reservation. Leave him alone. He not Israel. They got their own belief systems.
Hey, Israel, all I'm saying is this, family, and I'm pretty sure me saying this, Moshe say the same, Shorshama say the same. When you wake up in the morning, you want to be able to look in the mirror and know who you looking at. And in order to do that, family, just make sure you walking in the fruits of the Spirit. Make sure you giving the Most High and Yahshua all your heart, soul, and mind. Know how to talk to your brothers and sisters. Even if you bring forth the word and you a teacher, know how to teach it in the right spirit. Even if somebody tell you they disagree with that, brother, ask them what they disagree with, and then y'all go into the scriptures and let them show you their point of view. And if it's not biblical, then you let them know what, hey, this is what the Bible say. We do not know how to talk to each other. We have no respect for one another. Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not all of us. A lot of us do have respect. But what I told y'all last time, you got to deal with the broader problem. It's not the remnant. It's not the small number of y'all who respectful. We have a major problem in this nation of those who teaching our people are highly disrespectful. Now, we got a lot of good brothers, a lot of good sisters, a lot of good teachers. Even the brothers that's in these camps, a lot of good brothers in these camps, a lot of good sisters. But the teachers who've been teaching our people for years, they are leading them astray, family. It's just the truth. They leading them astray. And the main thing is that chart. That chart, family, is driving Israel crazy because of the lies.
Block.
Yeah. That chart, man. You know, and that's why we have this. You know, that's why we have this, family. Y'all see that FOP and see. Hold on, let me get that out the way right quick. That's why we have this. That's right.
Yeah, that's the new chart, y'all. Check it out. That's how it's supposed to be. Look what I see. I see Dan and Joseph on there, family. Look, that's the true chart, y'all. Look. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, family. Negro. Yes, indeed. Negro. Now, I tried to put the Joseph. We couldn't put, it wasn't enough room to put / Ephraim and Manasseh. So we know Joseph, 2 sons represent him, and that's why he was given a double portion. Because of Ephraim and Manasseh, because when they was adopted by Jacob, they represented their father. Now they represent their father family as that gate that represent Joseph. So we just want to, like, I'm telling y'all, thank the Most High. I thank the Most High for bringing Shorsham and Elder Quanat out of that one West, because not everything they learned was wrong, but the things that they knew was wrong, they turned from it. And you can't do nothing but love brothers like that who know they was teaching wrong and say, we ain't doing that no more. Mahar ain't gonna do that. He know that chart is a lie. Deep down in these men's spirit, I guarantee you, they know these not our people, but too much pride to be corrected. That's what I see. Too much pride to be corrected. So, Shorsham, did I send you this double one with it together? Okay, I'm gonna send it to you when we get off of here.
That's cool.
Yeah, email it to me. Yeah, but
some fire charts, man, y'all made. You made that, K. Judah?
My wife made it.
Man, that's some awesome charts.
Yeah, she did.
I was at work when Shorsham was giving me the vision. I was telling her, and she did it. I say he want the map of the slave trade at the bottom, and boom, she hooked it up.
Excellent job.
Hooked it up.
Yeah, that's how the chart's supposed to be. Yeah, you know, we gotta, you know, it's time for Israel to stand up, man. That's the true 12 tribe chart, not that one West hogwash. That's it right there. What we're looking at, all Negroes. And like I said before, Issachar and Judah had the same mama. So how in the heck the descendants of Issachar gonna be a whole different race of people? Man, they logic is flawed. One West logic is they don't even got no logic. They got a look. They doctrine is a low IQ doctrine. You know, and they want to fight for that falsehood and get mad when the truth gonna cut them.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, family. Anything y'all want to say before we jump down? I want to thank my brother Sharsham and my brother Moshe Ben Yehuda, my CUC family, my FOPE family. We showing the nation how brothers and sisters can come together and love each other, fellowship with each other in the right spirit, moving things forward. So thank everybody for helping our sister Lima, our sister Star. She lost her husband, so let's keep her in prayer. Our sister August Dreams, she lost her sister, so they keep her in prayer, and keep all our family in prayer. Family, that we showing the nation how we can deal with each other in the right spirit. And I hope somebody out there watching, this is how you're supposed to deal with your people. You ain't gonna always agree, but you don't always have to, be disrespecting each other. There's no room and no reason for disrespect of your brothers and sisters on the panel. I don't care if y'all, it's a heated discussion. You got to know how to tone that down and pull back, man. There's no reason for that. I pass the mic.
Great Bill family. Big salute K. Judah. Big salute Sharsham. But yeah, like I said, Israel waking up. The true Israelites, Negro descent. Pray for the remnant. Pray for that Yah continue to have mercy on us in the name of Yeshua, because we are stiff-necked people. And each day you wake up, give praise and honor to Yah and Yeshua, because it's another day. Yah spared you and Yeshua pleads your cause.
Right.
And yeah. Like I said, look, we had decorum on this live stream. We wasn't over talking or shouting. We grown men, man. It's come to a point when a man, get up in age, we gotta have decorum and be, stop. Like what they was doing last night, it was just out of pocket, And I'm sure Maharakal, he said he been in there for 30 years. I think Maharakal got to be in his 50s, or close to 50, because he been on the scene for a while,
Yeah.
But yeah, for him to be acting like that, and when the sister was talking, y'all saw when he was playing with that little fishing pole, looked like a little toy fishing pole, really like what he was doing all that stuff for, while the sister was talking, he was just acting all out of pocket. But yeah, he was eating on camera too. Another thing, he was eating on camera, man, munching on whatever he was eating, looking like a gorilla in a zoo, man. I'm like, what are you eating on camera for like that? That's being disrespectful. I would never do nothing like that. If I do a live stream, I'm not gonna cam up and I'm gonna show y'all, man. I don't even watch no mukbang videos when they be overeating. I don't even like seeing our people doing that, because that's promoting the spirit of gluttony. The mukbang videos when they go to the fast food place and order like the half menu or the whole menu, and they go home and sit in their house and eat the whole menu. Man, that's the spirit of gluttony. Israel, stop doing that.
You talk about making them sound effects when they be like,
yeah,
that shit
that's
is
disgusting. They be having people eating crab legs.
Right,
that's
right.
abomination.
This guy be at my job watching that, and I be like, they got all them sound effects in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, like, why sound like that?
Oh man.
But yeah, family, that's you right though, Moshe. But man, I'm telling y'all, I love y'all, man. I love the FOP family, CUC family. I have a good time with y'all, all the moderators. I appreciate y'all always supporting the channels and the work we be doing, the information we bringing out. And we got a whole lot of other stuff that me and K. Judah working on. We're gonna bring out. I got to bring out the stuff from the New Testament, as far as the Messiah name being written two ways in the Old Testament and the New Testament. To the elder,
gonna be a good one.
We was talking about a lot of stuff, man, and I'm just asking about like certain things that they did back in the day, and how knowledge increased, man, and wisdom has advanced, and brothers have got to stop being in denial as if knowledge have not increased, and just turning a blind eye to what's being said and what's in the scriptures. And
right.
They understood that. They were like, yeah, man, you know how it is. but to me, it's a pride thing. Like I said before, you know what I'm saying, King Judah, it's like that One West thing where we the ones that did this and that, and they want recognition for it. But to me, it's not about that. It's about exalting Yahushua and the Messiah and what he want. You know, it's not about what we did. And it's about, well, even if you're going to boast and brag about stuff that you did, at least let the shit be right.
Right. Already, my brother. He said, at least let it be right. Yeah, but thank y'all, family. We love y'all. Praying for the nation of Israel. Hey, let's keep loving each other, keep respecting each other, walking in the fruits of the Spirit, putting the Most High Yahshua first. If you are a teacher, I'm telling you, take this advice. If you don't know something, humble yourself down and get the right understanding before you bring it to people. This is why the Most High says, study to show yourself approved, not being ashamed. What can make a person ashamed? If you talking something you don't know and you get confounded. So that's why you have to, if I don't know something, I'm going to say, I don't know. And then I'm going to go call Sham if I don't know. Because I didn't call him plenty of times and say, Sham, what do you think about this? Or, hey, Arga told me to X about Ephraim and Manasseh. Me and Sham did that lesson based on what Arga brought to me. Sham put the message together, and we broke down Genesis 49, the tribe of Dan, the 144,000, and a lot of people told me, man, I got better understanding now because they was confused. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, helping our people see things they didn't know before. So big salute to everybody. Anything else y'all want to say? We getting up out of here.
Love y'all, brothers, man. Y'all be blessed and safe.
Love you too, my brother.
Keep the hedge protection on you and y'all households in the name of Yahshua. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I love y'all, Israel. May y'all keep y'all safe and shine his face upon y'all in the name of Yahshua during these times. Shalom and salutations.
Big salute, Doc.
Big salute, Moshe Ben Yehuda. Big salute, my brother Sham. And we going out like this, family. Yeah.
We turn now to the wildfires exploding in the Southwest and the state of emergency in Arizona. The tunnel fire burning through more than 20,000 acres. Kaylee Martog has the latest.
Whoa, whoa. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Trust in your word, waiting on the majesty. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. You sit in the place, will you survive? He saw us falling, Jacob on the ride. Cause we got the most side. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. We got the most side. We got the spirit of Joseph for famine is coming. I hope you prepared. He about to seal everybody that's in. The Israelites waking up out of the dead. The prophets wrote about it, how can we hear? Protected by the Father, why should we fear? Psalm 91 is all in my head. Acts 1 and 6, we almost there. This is the season, pray without season. Judging the herb by the thing out to eat. In 400 years we been struggling, breathing. Going back home, this time we ain't leaving. Devil is man making war with the saints. Put that in our temple, he know that we ain't. Trusting this system, we know that we can't. Babylon falling and starting to stink like yeah. We know Messiah is coming in here. Destruction is coming, feel it in the air. We got the most high, so why should we fear? Keep the commandments, salvation is near. War without Father, Aquaba, they dead. If you living wicked, then he will not spare. We blow the trumpet, hoping that you will. We blow the trumpet, hoping that you will. Look at the tragedy, trust in your word. Waiting on the majesty, keep the command. Make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. You sit in the place, will you survive? He saw us falling, Jacob on the ride. Cause we got the most side. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Cause we got the most side. High. Time is ticking, Messiah is coming. Look at the wicked, they bout to get punished. You sold the children of Israel. Messiah is dragging us out of this hell. He's sending them players, but he gon' protect us. Michael was standing up, he won't neglect us. He threw us away, but he bout to catch us. Rack up his, they getting extra. He made a promise to Abraham. Fulfilling his word, we seeing it now. Place where they serve, I'm taking it down. He bout to free everybody that's bound. Why they awaken the wrath for the Father? He sending famines, and he sending lava. All but we know that nobody can stop you. They not repenting like you ain't the problem. Look at the tragedy, trust in your word, waiting on the majesty. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. He sending them plagues, will you survive? He saw us fall to Jacob on the ride. We got the most high. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. We got the most high. 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 We got the most high.
Alright, who wants some of Debo? Love God, but I ain't Tebow. Cause I been here taking shots for fouls against me like a free throw. Ooh, that's nasty. Free on my dogs like Lassie. If you don't touch fat or baby fat, hell, you might as well buy a casket. Ooh, I'm a savage when it come to static. It get problematic. If you touch my lineage or cabbage, I can't have it. Most of my partners don't know who they bad is. It get tragic. Where I'm from ain't lavish. They grew up some bastards chasing cash and Gucci, and it usually came from lack of guidance. That's why I ain't moved by all these goofy acting rappers wildin'. It's astounding how much counseling we need for PTSD. I can't fathom the amount of counsel we need in the streets. It's offensive, that's why I'm not apprehensive with the tech. I was really in them trenches, then transcended out the checks. Don't believe me? Go ask Cease, ask Lil Early, ask K-Dog, hell ask Fat. I'm so swat, I scream Southwest when we make love. It's just in me, no pretending. My hand's the only thing that is friendly. I don't need a Beamer, Benz, or a Bentley to have a whole slew of bops compliment me. The gold in my teeth was done complimentary. The flow is unique and low-key relentless. My goal is to speak to folk without bending the truth and to free the glow from pretending. Ooh.
I bet if you don't feel that, then you probably dead. If you get slapped and don't fight back, that mean you probably scared. But it's all gravy, where we from, that mean you just a lame. When they both come, if you don't run, you better tuck your chain. Yeah, I bet if you don't feel that, then you probably dead. If you get slapped and don't fight back, that mean you probably scared. But it's all gravy, where we from, that mean you just a lame. When they both come, if you don't run, you better tuck your chain. It's the young queen mother, baby, what it do? If I bark, then my squad bark like a cue. And we bite, we don't fight unless it get greasy. Bring danger anywhere we be, you'll be endangered species. Ooh, my flow torch like Tiki. Ooh, I resort if need be too. Violence is my trap riots. We in your grill like BBQ. Pack hardware like CPU. Cause Shaytime be plotting, but I stay on my toes like stockings and on guard like Stockton. Ooh, my beats bang like Compton. Ooh, I'm so cold like Austin. Ooh, my flow wild like Rodman. Every bar deserve a coffin. Ooh, cause I'm killing it. The feeling is surreal when you building with the ones who held you down and instilled you with the thoughts that you should dwell where the spirit is. And I'm appreciative. Deceased the weeks, the beats couldn't reach the kids. I used to teach elite techniques to win, but now I beast on beats and release the pen every now and then to display my zen. I tell my kin there's more than one way to win. They show their skin and know it's betrayed the sin, but my float let them know they got y'all within. I bet if you don't feel that, then you probably dead. If you get slapped and don't fight back, that mean you probably scared. But it's all gravy, where we from, that mean you just a lame. When they both come, if you don't run, you better tuck your chain. Yeah, I bet if you don't feel that, then you probably dead. If you get slapped and don't fight back, that mean you probably scared. But it's all gravy, where we from, that mean you just a lame. When they both come, if you don't run, you better tuck your chain.
I want to say this to all the One West teachers who's teaching false doctrine. If you do not change your behavior before it's too late, you will fall into the ditch with the congregation of the dead. What you talking, K. Judah?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Many of you are being led to the hell's fire because of pride, and you will refuse to allow your pride to get in the way of your salvation. You continue to allow your pride to get into the way of your salvation. The Lord trying to save you and bring you into the way of all truth. But you've been listening to lies so long that you continue to allow yourself to remain in the congregation of the dead. Now you have the dead trying to teach the dead. But y'all better come up out of there or you gonna...
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no.
In the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with the CUC family and my FOPE family and all my brothers and sisters in the chat. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah want to say, Shalom.
Family, they take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. Family all around me.